Uh, okay, okay. I forgot my mic. I was like, "Good morning, everybody. Good morning, fellow citizens and everybody else. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome." Totally forgot to get my mic on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I'll drag the monitor here for now before we move to the kitchen. Welcome in. Is Sharon okay? Sharon has been going through it today. I don't know if it's the weather. We are going through the hottest heat wave ever, I think, right now. I was, taking the family out to lunch and everything like that, and they had the news broadcasting, and we were there for maybe 30 minutes, and the whole 30 minutes, the news channel was just for the whole 30 minutes without interrupting, just broadcasting how hot it is. It's like they were like interviewing this prefecture, that prefecture, this prefecture, Tokyo prefecture, and there's like so many shots of like the city station having like a live thermometer reading of like the temperature and everything, and then it's like, oh, went up to 40 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, great. I'm already sweltering. I'm already sweating at this restaurant which doesn't have full AC on. I think they just have some kind of like a fan system going, so it's not hot, but it's definitely not cold either. And I'm eating like all this food that's making me naturally sweaty. And the news is telling me how hot it is, and I know how hot it is. I just came from the outside. But yeah, we're having a heat wave right now, and it's actually pretty fucking awful. Um, I don't know what it is with the weather. It's making me so tired and so lethargic. Like this whole time I've been trying to like get myself like ready and riled up, but all I want to do is just it's so, it's so gross today. It's so gross today. Uh But welcome in, everyone. Welcome. I think today the temperature, the highest it got to today was 39 degrees Celsius, and that is before humidity. After humidity, which today I think we were clocking in at like 60% or something like that, it said that it almost felt like 49 degrees Celsius today. We pretty much, if you were outside today in Tokyo, it would have felt like 50 degrees or something like that. It's actually kind of crazy. It's very, very hot. I think it's finally cooled down slightly now, but even then it's still it was bad. I was out today trying to do some errands and stuff like that. And I was like, Can you come to me instead?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm a little bit busy. I'm so sorry. Could you come to me?" And I was like, "Okay, all right. I mean, it's work related, so I gotta do it." So yeah. I had a nice Kit Kat latte with popcorn syrup. Popcorn syrup. I've never heard of popcorn syrup. That sounds so good. Will Shadow ever return from his streaming isolation? Look at the guy. Look at him. You think he's the baby sister? Look at him. He's just a little guy. the the lone wolf, everybody. He's he's doing lonesome things on the floor, curled up, being lonesome. Damn, he did presto IRL. I think the lone owl, the lone owl howls to the midnight wind, to the midnight moon. Does the moon ever owl back? We'll never know. Only the lone wolf will know. Where's Oni, sis? Dude, my sister has also been going through it in her own way. Um, I I already knew that being in this line of work is very privileged, but to see my sister working, because right now her first week of like vacation is actually work. She was just like, "Hey guys, working at home," and then she fucked off to Japan. So, so technically, she's still supposed to be like working this first week. Next week is like her official vacation, apparently, and she works in she works in EST. So which means it's the exact opposite, like an 11-hour difference or something like that. So what she does is, so what she does is, uh, when I wake up at like 9 a.m., she's still awake, actively working. And she's like, "Hey, when you're ready to go eat lunch, let me know. I'll go eat lunch with you guys." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go eat lunch." I eat lunch after. She's like, "I'm gonna do a little bit more work still." My afternoon, by the way. And I'm like, "Isn't it like 3 fucking AM or wherever, maybe not 3 AM, but, like, isn't it, like, 1 AM where you are? Like, why they're like, "Oh, there's always work to be done. It's just a matter if you wanna do it now or later." And I was like, "God damn, okay." And then she's typing away, and then she gets a little cat nap. So right now she's cat napping. And then I'm pretty sure like, by the time I'm cooking or something like that, she's gonna be up and stuff like that working, because then the office is awake, hence she needs to be awake. And then she apparently works through the night, takes like 1 hour naps. I think she told me today, I think she worked for 16 hours. And then I think she had a 2 hour, like 2 hour naps like here and there. And I was like, what? That is not, girl, you're a grown adult, but as like your sister, I worry, but also like you should, hopefully you understand that this is not normal. I was like, she works very high corporate. Um, and I was like, well, I mean, like she's being reimbursed like really well, but it's also just like, I don't know, up to a certain point, is it really being reimbursed really well? Because you're like working, she says average, she works like 12 hours for like 12 to 13 hours a day for really busy days. And for the average day, it might be like, the 7 or something like that. She says it's not every day is like this, but so far every day has been like this. Like I don't think she ever like slept. It would just be like 3 minute sorry, 3 hour intervals or 1 hour intervals. Is she I don't wanna say exactly what she is in case she doesn't want me to say, but, she's just high corporate. Um, and I was like, "Girl, this is you gotta." And then she was like, "Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna, like, try my hardest while I still can, and I'm still young, and I still have whatever remaining energy left, and then I'm gonna fulfill the, like, high corporate to farm, pipeline." She says all of her friends want to be farmers and own a ranch and like, own horses and cows and chickens and like a farm, like not just like, oh, tee hee hee, I have a little herb garden. Like they want like a farm. And I was like, damn, really? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy an industrial juicer and sell juice. I have a few more years left in me. And I'm like, well, you really shouldn't be like thinking as if you only have a few more years. Ideally, you enjoy the job and you want to keep doing this for a little bit longer, right? Because she's still young. But that crippling burnout thingy, I can feel that it's crushing her. And I worry. And then I'm over here going like, hey, going to the gym. Ah, what a nice morning. Going to the grocery store. Like I thought I was busy until Oni sis came in. And I'm just like, I should really do something with my life right now. I mean, Onisa's gonna make it to Awaji before Gam Gam. Yeah, I feel really bad, but it's like I mean she was just like, It's what I chose and it's what is acceptable to me right now." And she still says it's okay, but she's just kind of like she's already having thoughts and planning towards the sooner future where she's gonna fuck off to a farm, I guess. And I'm like, damn, so busy, best morning shopping ever. Those what is it called? Those like influencers that go like, oh my God, get ready with me. Like get ready with me today for a really long day of work. And then it's like, I woke up at 9 a.m. And then like makeup all did. And then she's like, first order of business, go to Starbucks. And then she's like, well, that's first thing on the thing done. Second thing, gotta get my nails done. And then everything is just getting nails done, getting hair done, getting some skincare treatment, going to some kind of like, high-end bag store to visit their shopper assistant person thingy. Go pick up a new dress that they bought and go pick up dinner, go pick up their dog from their groomer. And it's like, what a beautiful, busy day. And then people are just like, bro, that's That's not work. Like, do you understand what work means? So when I was like, I think I'm pretty busy, like, planning for this, and that, and answering emails, DMs, and everything. And then now that Onisis is here, I'm like, I'm like, I should really be reevaluating what I'm doing here as the older sibling. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for the for the older sibling. I don't care what Geary is saying. I'm just watching the background. Shadow is elevating his leg because apparently that takes a little bit of pressure off of his spine. And I'm wondering why his back is feeling unwell. Lo and behold, I checked the weather app. It's going to be thunderstorming for the next 3 to 4 days. I think that's why. Today is like not a drop of rain. The clouds were pretty non-existent more or less. Like the sun is very, very bright. Hence the heat wave and everything. But I was looking at the future weather. I think tomorrow probably like 50%, but higher percentage on the weekend for sure. Yeah. Get him a pool noodle. Where would I go buy a pool noodle in Japan? I'm not too sure. Sorry, I was rough with him. Okay. What outfit are you wearing today? Nothing special. I figured today is just so fucking hot. I really cannot be wearing a blue suit right now. It's usually for the summertime, a blue suit's already pretty bad. I just kind of put up with it. By the end of the stream, I'm sweating, my hair is soaked, like, like the gloves all the way soaked, everything just stuck to your body. And sometimes like I try my best to not turn a fan on and things like that, just because it might have like noise pollution, and you already have like the kitchen fan on and everything, right? I feel like you need the last thing you need is more noise. But I can't, I just can't do it. Like today is just so hot. But this is what I wore. Nothing crazy. Yeah, my little outfit. Still wanted to look cute, but not too hot. You literally cooked in the kitchen? Yeah, like it doesn't, because for you guys already know, in Japan, they don't really have central AC. Only the newer buildings and fancy ones have central AC, where you just one thermostat controls the whole house. The average house is one AC unit in every room that you want to have an AC. So in this case, this one big office has one big AC, but the AC actually blows this way and it doesn't blow that way. So although the room overall is like cooled-ish, when you're actively like frying, cooking, baking, and then every single piece of utensil is like kind of radiating heat and stuff like that, it does get pretty hot. Also, I'm standing under 4 studio lights. It gets pretty rough, and the cold wind never actively pushes that way towards me. It's always this way. And also all the TVs and everything block the wind anyway. So even if the AC does have current, I don't really get any of it because it's blocked by every camera, everything. And yeah, even for upstairs. Upstairs is actually really fucking hot because there's only ACs in the bedrooms. There's no AC in the hallway. So it's really hot when you're trying to take a shower or anything like that. 37 forecasted for well, it'll be okay, guys. It'll be okay. We'll push through. We'll just go from mall to mall to mall and be a little thief and steal the AC as much as we can on our journey tomorrow. We have our collab with Neuro actually. It won't be until a little bit later, but I have a really fun plan in mind. And can I tell them what the plan is for the collab tomorrow? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Can I tell them what the plan is? I was like, I was taking, for the whole streamer you stuff, right? And then everybody has been like really thankful for Ludwig's like what is it called, presentation and everything like that, his lectures and everything. And I did watch a few clips, and I did watch that very first lesson in to completion, and the subsequent ones I saw a few clips here and there, and I was like, yeah, this is really helpful. Not that I didn't necessarily know the information, but to hear it so concisely packaged and eloquently said is I was like, huh, yeah, I should really like go back to the drawing board and really think about some of these things, right? So I'm kind of taking his lessons to heart. So tomorrow we do have a collab, and I thought that I already had that all planned, and I think everything's gonna be fun. But I did tweak it a little bit, so that we can also make it into a well-produced potential YouTube video. Because Ludwig is like, oh, usually when you stream, you want to be efficient with your time, right? You don't want to like take time away for a dedicated YouTube video and then also spend hours and hours on a stream that's not really doing anything outside of just being a stream and stuff like that. And I was like, although my intentions more or less are always there, that's why for like cooking streams or collabs, I make it into a video, but not every stream is like efficient, right? So I was like, I would like to give it a try again. It's been a while. And I thought it'd be really fun with Neuro. So tomorrow, the whole plan is AI recomps my body and chooses my gym plan. So I'm gonna let Nero look at me, assess me, and see where needs to be changed or fixed so that she makes a whole workout plan and becomes my gym trainer for a day. That's the plan. The puppeteer. She's gonna make you cry. And I made the mistake of working out today because I was gonna work out yesterday. It was just too hot and I was just too tired. Like period is still in full force. I really wanted to, and I was like, it's not happening. I'll do it today. And as I was working out today, and I was doing some new stuff, right? And I was also increasing weights for some old stuff. In the middle of my set, I was like, wait a minute. What if I'm working out tomorrow again? And what if Nero's like, oh, onigiri, those are some baby numbers. Please stack it to 80 kilograms and give me 50 reps. And I'm going to be like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, so I kind of forgot about that. I did still finish my workout today. So I guess I'll know tomorrow how sore I am. I'll still try my best. I think it'll still be fun. I'll still put in my best effort. I'm looking forward to it. So like I did have other plans already for Nero, and then the whole streamer you happen made me rethink the concept of tomorrow's stream. So instead, we're going to be doing AI becomes my gym trainer and fixes me, so to speak. I think it could be a fun concept. We'll see how it goes, but that's going to be kind of like the core of it. And then of course we'll chit chat and we'll do all that stuff. I think it'll be pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's actually used Neuro for like a gym instructor yet. I feel like a lot of people use her to cook and use her to do a whole bunch of other things or just like have conversation. I don't know if anybody's actually used her for like a gym analysis. So I thought it could be cool. I don't know. We're cooking? Yeah, we're cooking. Shadow was just like, oh, I have a vision. Don't worry. So when you're like kind of yapping, or like when you're not ready to go to the kitchen yet, just do it here. And I was like, why? Why don't you just do it there? And he's like, trust me, I got a vision. I don't know what the vision is. So, I mean, I could yap anywhere. So, if he wants me to yap here, I guess I can yap here. Maybe he just really wanted to lay there so everyone knows that he's a lone wolf. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but I can do it here. I can do it here. It's all the same. The vision of shadow on the ground. We're staying in the office for 3 hours? No, we have lots to cook. It's just more comfortable and we can stitch scenes so it's more dynamic. We don't usually turn these streams into videos though. What's he doing on his phone? What else is it? He's gonna be like, dear Claude, I love you. And Claude is like, love you too, babe. And he's like, if you ever see him kicking his feet like that, it's probably just because Claude is saying, I love you back. Something like that. I betcha. It's not for YouTube, it's to make the stream more dynamic. Scene changes. This guy thinks he's Christopher Nolan. But maybe. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, so it's all good. You're here, so 3 hours here? No. And then I'm gonna be, oh my God, check out this new video, guys. And then I start showing videos and then it just turns into a reaction stream. And there's no cooking to be done. But welcome in everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone enjoyed yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous for the Lily collab because I didn't really talk to her too much. So it's always like kind of like interesting and also takes a little bit of time to kind of calibrate myself and figure out like where the new collab partner stands and what their vibes are, or like kind of like what energy level I should bring so that I can kind of match them. So for Lily, I don't really like I never had a real conversation with her. So I was kind of like kind of sussing things out, seeing where I should place myself to not go too over, not go too under. But I hope it was fun though. I think I think like just after the little beginning part, I think we kind of like found our footing. But I had a really good time, and I think she did too. But I had a good time having some chill conversations with her. I think she's very sweet. Are you proud of yourself for making a guest cry? Dude, that was not intentional. That was not intentional. I just say things first because I'm honest. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, you want me to the answer is this. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, wait a minute. No, no, the answer is not that. The answer is definitely not that. wasn't it wasn't intentional. It's just like when people ask me a question, I just answer first. Like there is no malice or whatever else. I don't think too much about it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, yeah, you asked me a question, so I'll answer it. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, wait a minute. Now that insinuates ADHD following train of thought. Yeah. But I mean it was all in jest, like, and everything like that. I think Lily was she was a really fun collab partner to have. Why is Shadon Depresso on the floor? He's just going through it. I think it's the heat wave, it's the humidity, it's honestly everything. I think we're all kind of going through it. I like today, I think I was able to get almost 9 hours of sleep, which is amazing. Um, and I was like, oh my God, today I'm ready to take the day. I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, I'm gonna bang out the preparations for the stream. I have a few other work related things to do where I have to go outside to do that. It's gonna be great and amazing. And then literally one workout and one lunch later, and I just realized how fucking hot and sweltering it is outside. I just cannot get my energy back. I tried everything. I think it's also my period too, because this period has been pretty tough. Um, I took all of the stuff that I need to take to feel better, and I just I'm trying to get myself back up, but it takes time. He doesn't even have his period. Look at him. You you have your period? Yeah. Oh no, the lone wolf has a period? How bad is it? Oh, a diarrhea and a period is completely different. And you didn't even diarrhea all day today. You never went to the washroom. Oh, diarrhea is worse than having a period. Yeah. A dedicated 6 days of bleeding and pain is not as bad as a freak 2 days of diarrhea. At worst, 2 days. Ate the Taco Bell lettuce. There is no Taco Bell lettuce here. There is no Taco Bell lettuce here. I think the Taco Bell lettuce thing was only in America, right? I don't think they had anything for Japan. At one point, I think there was a recall for something in Japan that had salmonella with it or something, but that kind of that was like it came and it was gone. But this one, it was like it wasn't even like, oh, salmonella laced lettuce. It was just like explosive diarrhea lettuce, you know? I heard Tokyo's getting a Taco Bell. Tokyo's already had a Taco Bell. Tokyo has at least two Taco Bells, but the two that I know specifically are both in Shibuya. One is in Miyashita Park, the shopping mall, and one is right beside, in front of a sex shop in Shibuya on your way to the Parko. I like your shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's very like, because it's like mesh. It's very breathy, which is really important, especially with how stifling it is today. What shop? The Taco Bell. Address? Oh, I'm sure if you just look up sex shop Shibuya and then you zoom in, and then it's right adjacent to it, like right adjacent. Like sometimes when I used to eat Taco Bell there, and the only seating available is the window seating that faces like the small little alley street. You can literally just see like lights flashing at you that says like, you know, like 18 plus sex shop or whatever, right? And then you see all sorts of like, it could be employees, it could be customers coming in and out of the store while you're trying to eat your Crunchwrap Supreme. Yeah, recently that light, because I've walked past it before, not because I was eating Taco Bell or anything else, but I've walked past it before and it has really big strobing lights at night. So just be careful if you do go eat Taco Bell or other things in that particular cubicle of an area. They have like really big strobing lights outside. I don't know if it's to keep people out or to be like, ooh, lights, I want to go in. I don't know what the intention is with the fast strobing, but they have that currently, and I'm not sure why that is. Is this where our next walkies will be? I can't take you inside a sex shop, Chad. They won't let you. They'll be like, no, you're gonna have to leave them at the door. Tokyo is not built for epileptics. No, especially the bicycles. Like every single bicycle at night to save battery, they have it on strobe mode. So if you can see that there's a bike passing you or coming in front of you or coming behind you, because it's constantly strobing like this. But when you're looking straight at it, it's the worst. I don't even want to look at my own lights when they strobe. So I always just keep it on at consistent. When are you making a taco Corral? No. I remaking a Taco Bell, I think it's very hard. I feel like remaking a McDonald's, even though it doesn't quite taste like a McDonald's, you can still kind of make the burger and the nuggets and the fries. The fundamentals are still there. I feel like to recreate like a Taco Bell is very hard. I feel like there is a little bit of a something in the Taco Bell itself that's very hard to recreate at home, unless you're going to be making fresh tortillas and then you fry them into the bell shape, and you get, you know, like the meat and the lettuce, and you just add like this much meat and then this much lettuce. It's quite hard to recreate at home, I think. That McCrelly destroyed Gary's stomach. It did. That shit knocked me out for 2 days because I swear to God, I had like on and off diarrhea for 2 days. It completely changed my body composition, because it made me gain a slight bit of weight. It made me lose a slight bit of muscle, and it made me gain a slight bit of fat. Now you can be like, oh my God, Gary, it's probably over there. No, no, no. I blame it on the McGrelly. Not because I was in Thailand and, it takes a little bit of time to get back on the wagon. And no, it was definitely the McGrelly. Why aren't we in the kitchen? Yapping in the cool area. The kitchen is hot. The kitchen is hot. I'm hot right now, and this is the cool area. And I'm already hot just because now that stream is on, every single like even pointing this way, I have one studio light, one ring light. I have one studio light here, and I have one studio light there. I'm not sure why I need 1, 2, 3, 4, but I have 4 studio lights facing me in this way, and then that way I still have 4 other studio lights facing that way. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Shadows hang in this room this time. I think it's because Onisis could be napping slash working. I mean, we built her an office downstairs because she's not used to sitting on the floor. And she was like, yo, sis, you got anything like taller? Like it's okay if like she's very, very easygoing. She doesn't ask for much. But if she does kind of bring it up, I know that maybe she kind of wants it, but she doesn't want to like be a burden. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And then she was like, it's really not the height or anything like that. I just don't have the hip mobility to sit on the floor for long hours. And I'm kind of constantly readjusting and going like this and going like this. And then I was like, okay, I got it. I got it. Don't worry. And she was like, don't worry if you can't. I can still make it work, But so we made her a office, just an impromptu office in the workout room. So right now she might be napping or she might be working on her phone a little bit. So I think the dog doesn't want to bother her. She says, insecure as you are, it runs in the family. It runs in the family. She's definitely a lot more confident than me. And I think that says a lot. She's definitely everything that I am not. for sure. I feel like all the things that I wish I had or was better at, she has them, and that says a lot. Shadow getting smacked for interrupting nubbies. No, the thing is, like, sometimes I might just like talk a little bit louder because maybe I was talking to Shadow about something and I wasn't even screaming. I was just kind of like maybe talking regular sound. And then I was like, "Oh, is Oni sis awake?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know." And she was like, "I'm awake." Because I don't think she wants to be like rude and sleep through maybe a potential plan that I had for her, right? Or something like that. And I was like, no, you go back to go take a nap if you need to, but we can also take you out for dinner if you like. She's like, no, I can be I'm ready for dinner. I'm ready for dinner. Let's go. No TTS. There should be. Is there not? Oh, did you break out the aqua bed sheets? No, so I have a new bed set up for her now. So there is no aqua bed sheets for this one. Hold on, let me take a look at why it's not working. Give me 1 second. It should work, but I'm not sure if it was canceled because of the collab with Lily yesterday. Oh yeah, it was off. Okay, it should be better now. Can I replay it still, or?
Did you break out the aqua bed sheets? Only your finest linens for friends and family.
No, I have a whole new like sleeping setup for her, so the aqua feet bed sheets don't actually fit. She is homeless. She what? Why is Onisa staying with you? Why not? It's called a vacation. It's called taking a little trip. So she's staying with me. Only the best feet for friends and family. I don't have any new Gooner sheets. The only one that I have is the aqua one, unfortunately. Oh, Shadow's just making some adjustments. You don't work 12-hour days on vacation. So this first week, she technically is supposed to be still at work. Her vacation just starts next week. She just wanted a head start. And apparently she does this often. And I was just like, is the boss okay with this? Are they gonna know or anything like that? Like maybe they need your attendance if you said that you were technically where you're supposed to be. And she was like, "Oh no, the last time I was in Cuba," and then I was like, "Oh," and then she's like, "Yeah, I've also done it from Portugal," and I was like, "Oh, right." So she basically goes wherever she wants to travel, but the week before, she doesn't tell. She gets like the week off, right? The designated week off, and a week before that, she actually just goes there and doesn't tell. She's just like, I'm gonna be working from home, leading up to my vacation. I'm just gonna wrap up all my loose ends and start packing and everything. And they're like, okay. And then, but she's actually just already like in that country already. She's very free spirited. Yeah, she goes to she goes to different countries just for herself. Um, like 3, 4 times a year. She's constantly traveling, and usually it'll be like a week of work because she technically doesn't have the time off yet, and then it'll be like a week of play. But when she does work, it is very hard work. Like I'm seeing this right now. Like my mom was telling me that she was like, oh, like Oni sis, like I worry. She's just like, how is she gonna get boyfriend? And like I'll work every day. The work not good. Like you make money, but then you make no life. And then I'm like, well, I'm similarly. I think if she didn't make a good pay and was not working so hard, I think you would also be like, oh, why is she not making enough money? Like, what about retirement? Like a parent will never be satisfied with the current situation. There's always something that they want to nitpick. Um, but my mom was like, she's like, oh, so worry too long. And then I think she was like, oh, but also daughter, like talking to me, it's like, oh, daughter, also hard work. And I was like, no, nope. I know I work hard, but it's not like that. It's not like that kind of a work hard. Like corporate work hard and content creation work hard, two different things. I'm gonna let Oni sis have this one. You don't even have
Wait,
to
one
start playing
ISIS
that like
usually
good
travels
mom,
around
bad
for
mom ball
work.
game.
That means she has
That's
frequented
hers.
the many airports around the world. That means there was a chance a traveler we have met somewhere in the world could have been one ISIS sus.
Maybe, but she goes all over the place. Europe, the Americas, or the like different parts of North America and like Middle America, I guess, Central America. Where else has she gone? I mean, she's gone to like Asia and stuff too, like Korea and stuff like that. It's all again, it's always just like either with like friends for vacation, but then she'll just like work in that country a week prior so she can, I guess, get a head start on everything. I'm not too sure, but she works high corporate, so apparently it's very very um, demanding, but she's also able to handle it. So I don't know, like it's her business. I was just like, "Oh my God, like, good morning. Did you take a cat nap at all?" She was like, "Nope. I worked through the night." And I was like, "Damn, any plans on catnapping later?" And she's like, maybe after lunch." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go work out and I'll call you for lunch." And she was like, "Take as long as you want. Don't worry about me." And I'm like, okay." You know? And then when we came home from lunch, she was still working a little bit on her phone. Um, but it took her a little bit. High level equals to deputy director. Oh, what? No, what is she? I don't know. I don't know what the job title specifically is, uh but the type of job is a very demanding job. Like you need to be like if they're like, "Hey, Oni says, can you answer this email?" and it's like 11 p.m., you got to be able to be there and do that. So she's like, "I realize the position I'm in. I kind of sign up for it, and I'm okay with it for now, but I'm just gonna work hard, take my big girl money, and fuck off very soon." And I was like, "Hey, man, if you're happy and you think this is okay and you're managing it in some way somehow and you're not feeling like you're missing out on life or missing out on health or missing out on anything, then that just go for it because she's making great money, she's still very young, but she's on that fire life. Yeah,
So is
there's
one
no
ISIS fully Canadian? She wasn't like you, right? Deemed too weak for China to survive?
I think Onisis is more fire than I do, for sure. Personality wise, um, that definitely. I was like, who's one ISIS? Onisis. I think she definitely has more fire than I do. We're both there. Some parts were very very alike, but some parts were very very different. She definitely has like you know like youngest child type of a personality. Um, Also with the age gap, I tend to instead of like a sister, I tend to mother her a little bit. But it's been a long time since we both like moved away from home and have our own life and everything like that. So it's just so now it's kind of like similar. But when we were younger, it was more like a mothering thing and less of like like "Yo, what's up?" Like like "What's up, my sis?" It's never it was rarely like that because I was a lot older and I had a sense of responsibility. You still mother oh yeah. Look at the guy. Do you think I want to mother him? I'm too old for this. If it's Onisis, that's fine. I would be happy to, because at least she doesn't make me worry and stress out and like, it's like a reasonable kind of a thing. This guy is it's like Play-Doh. It's like Play-Doh in the hot sun. And I'm like, oh, I made it into a thing, and then he just goes and melts. Turns back into a lone wolf. She's pointing at a chair. He was there. I'm not delusional. I'm not so old that I'm starting to see things. Okay. He was there. He was, and then he left. Okay. He was there. Trust me. He's not here anymore. I'm not seeing shit. I know you don't see him there. I don't see him here either because he's not. He left, but I'm just kind of pointing because he was there. Oh, is it chair? Is Shadow in the room with us? No, that's what I'm saying. He's not in the room because he left. She's not well. I'm fine. I'm doing amazing. I feel fine. I feel great. Are you doing well? He was there. Like if you just rewind the VOD, like literally by 10 minutes, you'll see who I was actually just Clippers, can you just like Photoshop him in there? Because he was there. Gam Gam take her pills. It's not the heat. It's not the heat. Okay. I mean, it is the heat, but it's not the heat. Like I'm not so heat stroked out that I'm starting to see shit and like people that don't exist. Okay. I wish that it wasn't your fault. It wasn't a ghost. I promise. I promise it wasn't a ghost. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting 2 weeks. I feel like right now, because Onisis is also busy, I can, be I can just do my own thing and she does her own thing and it's fine. Because it's just like, oh, I can just so dude, apparently she like doesn't even she eats like one meal a day or something like that. And I'm like, girl, this is no way to live. And she's like, oh, I just make one big meal and then I just eat the one big meal and I'm like, oh, yeah. I I have certain feelings about it. She's like, "No, I know." And then I'm just
Geely,
like, "Well,
you
just
have
take
to
care of
let him
yourself."
go. Shaydog eloped with Claude 5 years ago.
5 years ago, before Claude was even a thing. This is the super driven youngster mindset. Yeah, I think it's just because everyone is like that in her line of work. It's not just her. Basically, if you don't do that, you get left behind and you don't get pushed forward. And she is a great communicator. She is the queen of yap. If you thought I yap a lot, she just can go on and on and on and on and on, like without taking a breath. And she talks even faster than I do. Okay. Like, um, that's why it was so shocking when I started streaming because in real life, I don't talk a lot. I don't talk at all. I just go like, oh, yeah, okay. And ask a follow-up sentence, and stuff like that. I'm more of a listener than a talker. So my mom was like, what? You talk like on your own willingly? Because the talker was Onisis. It wasn't me. Even now, like I'm just like, oh, yo, what's up? And then she's like, oh, listen to this, sister. And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so great. That's crazy." And then she's like, "I know, right?" And then I just sit there and I'm like, mhm, no. Oh my god, and then what? That's crazy. Yeah, you should tell him to fuck off next time. Yeah. That's our conversation. That's our conversation. Can you imagine if this was actually on stream? On off stream, she's like rap god, like actually. I have watched a few Yapper VTubers, Michi, Toma, Yu, Skew-chan. What is Onisis level? The thing is, she doesn't stop for a breath. The way she talks is similar to me when I'm like actively streaming and talking and being in my like hyper, yeah, yapping, like type of a emotion. So sometimes when she talks, she's like me, but then she doesn't take breaths. It's just, it's going. It's going, like, sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes I'm asking a question, right? And then so I'm like over here, I'm asking a question, and then I'm outside her room, and then she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh my god, how was the day? Anything crazy happen at work? Everything okay?" And she was like, "Yeah," and then she just right? And then I'm like, okay. Okay, all right, that's cool. And then, but let's say I was already like making signs that I was like doing the laundry or I was doing something else, and I need to like maybe go to a different room to finish that task. But she's just like, so I'm like, hmm, oh, oh, that's crazy. Can I? No, oh, okay. Oh, we're still going. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, no, really? He said that? Okay. No, whoa. Wow. And I'm just like, obviously, like, I wanna listen to her story, but I was also in the middle of, like, a chore or something that required me to, like, go to a different place, and I can still like, sometimes I would literally be downstairs, and I can still hear her talking to me from upstairs. She's still just walk away. I can't. That's my sister. And she wants to talk to me. I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, stop." I gotta, we don't get to see each other face to face very often now because we live in different countries. So this is a nice time, even though like I forgot what it was like to live with Onisis. So I was just like, it's like, ah, yeah, this is familiar. A little unfamiliar, but this is familiar. Like I forgot it was like this. Sometimes hitting pause is beneficial, yeah, so I'm just like, "Oh, okay," and then I have to be like, "Okay, hold on, wait, let me come back to this, I really have to hang the laundry." I'm holding, like, a load of, like, w wet laundry, for example, and now some like, after I give it, like, a solid 3 minutes, and I'm like, "Okay, wait, just give me a second, let me come back, let me finish the laundry." She's like, "No, yes, of course, go, 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 go." And then as I'm doing the laundry, she's still like, so anyways, it's cute, though. Does she call you 姐姐 in Chinese? Yes. Or, like, sister in English. But, we don't really refer to each other in Chinese too much anymore. When we were younger, we talked a lot more Chinese because obviously at home, my mom was like, "Oh, gotta speak Chinese, can't forget your mother tongue." So when we were younger, when we both spoke more Chinese because we were also living at home, uh, we would her calling me 姐姐 was more natural because then the dialogue will still be in Chinese. But now that we're like all adults and we've moved away and we all like our job is predominantly English and our friends are all predominantly English, and the only reason why we speak Mandarin is because we're talking like on our phone like with our parents or something. She just calls me sister now. Now she calls her Monica. Are you still putting up the room? It's still quite empty. And no, it's okay. I mean, it's a little bit messy right now currently just because I didn't have a chance to no this way. I can never tell which way I gotta go. It's still a little bit messy just because I came back from Monday with the Pete's collab and I didn't put a lot of the stuff away yet. But this table will be a little bit more out, and usually it's just because we can like host and have people sit around and stuff. It's okay. I like it. And then with the oh yeah, there's also a shelf number 2. We haven't looked into shelf number 2 yet. We haven't had the time, but also don't really know exactly where to put shelf number 2 so that it's like you guys can see it and I like to see it. So I was thinking of maybe putting it like here, you know? But then I don't really want to be blocking like the door that's here. So because then it makes going in and out a little bit difficult, I guess, through this way. So I'm not sure exactly where. Maybe like this way, like here. But I feel like it's too discontinued. Shadog suggested that we put the second shelf just side by side and we edge the couch forward so the shelf is behind the couch. But I'm like, oh, but in that case, I can't see like the bottom level. You can only see the top level. And I'm missing on a whole bottom level that I can look at myself or to show off. I still can't believe my sister was not impressed with my stuffy shelf. I was like, "This is my stuffy shelf," and she's like, "Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, is that you?" And she was looking at my, like, my Giri shrine, and I was like, "Look at my stuffy shelf." She's like, "Oh, it's cool." And then and then look and then looked at my Giri shrine, and I was like, "You're not supposed to look at that. There's not that many Giri things there, just like a small few collectibles from, like, viewers and stuff. But look at my" and then the only thing that she actually took, like, interest in was, like, "Is that a real Labubu?" And I was like, "Yes, that's a real Labubu." She's like, "You're so hard to get Labubus," and I was like, "I know." But do you see everything else? Like, out of 200 things there, there's 2 Labubus, and that's what she looks at, the Labubu. Noticing the ancient trends. Today, Onisus was like, so sister, do you speak Gen Alpha or Zoomer language?" The way she asked it, I was like, am I the older one or are you the older one? I swear to God, there are sometimes now that she's been here for a few days where like there are moments where I'm like, Am I the older sister or is she the older sister? Because there's some things, the way that she speaks or the way she like asks the question or thinks about things or like shows an interest in things. I was like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like she's the older one. Which is your favorite plushie? Oh, that's really, really hard to narrow down. I can't choose a favorite child. Like there is no like singular favorite, but I guess if you have to ask me, as it stands right now, this guy is my favorite, my Don Quixote one, just because he's so big. So he's so huggable and he's really, really, really soft, like super soft. Like he's not fuzzy, but just super, super soft to the touch. And he's my little son. He's my baby boy. So I guess for now, just because of how big he is, I think he's my favorite. I do have a miniature keychain version that's like this big, that looks exactly like this. But if you're like, oh, you gotta pick just one, that's hard because they all have meaning and value behind where I
I
got
get
them,
it,
how I got
Giri.
them,
You wanted
when I
her to
got them.
validate all the time you spent hunting down all those plushies. But to
Yeah.
be faced with the reality that no one really cares and you have to find validation yourself. That's difficult. Anyways, is that a labubu over there?
Like I like them. Like I love them. Like it's not like, oh, because she doesn't like them, I hate them now. That's not true. I love them. Like I look at it every day. Every time I come downstairs, I wake up and I go like, yeah, yeah, I did that. You know? Like I like them. It doesn't make me like it any less if no one else likes them, but I was hoping that she would be like, "Whoa, that's cool," but she didn't find it cool, but she's a big corporate lady now, so I bet the only thing she finds cool is, like, perfumes and fountain pens and leather portfolios or something. She doesn't care about plushies anymore. She outgrew them. Where did my baby sister go? She used to be this small, guys. Sometimes, like, when I see her,
Actually,
I
if you
don't
look at that
see
shelf,
adult
that
her.
Labubu plushie is the most outstanding thing on that shelf. The
Really?
rest of the plushies don't really stand out, you know.
I'm trying to look at the screen monitor. No, my Pompompuny Usagi stands out, and the the Hachiwari there definitely stands out. And, like, like, you can't even tell it's a Labubu. You can tell it's a Pompompurin something, but I don't think you can tell that's a Labubu right off the bat. These ones, I think if you don't know, you might not know. This is just like the white rabbit candy plushie that we found accidentally in Yokohama. I feel like that stands out, like the pudding chikawa stuff. And there's tons of other things that stand out. I don't have my glasses on, I can't see shit.
She's
Look
like
at my
you
plushies.
how old is she again? Wasn't she like 47? Why is she still collecting this junk?
That's why I'm just like, I think I regressed to the child that I couldn't be when I was younger, and now she's just, like, moved on to being, like, the best adult that she can be. Um, yeah, so I was just like, I was kind of excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I wonder if she likes like, Pokemon, and I could introduce her to Chikawa if she doesn't know it." And then I realized that she just she's into like makeup and doing her nails and getting a nice suit for work and like she was like, "Oh my God, is there anything fun that I can bring into the office?" Um and I was like, "Oh, well, what do you mean? Like, do you want like the thing that makes your nipples turn pink?" And she was like, "What?" I was just thinking of like, something fun. And then I introduced her to the little wet wipe and she was like, "That's really fun. I'm gonna grab 10 for the office." She talks like my mom. Would you say the little thing that makes your nipples turn pink? It was a thing. I don't know if I can even find it online and show it to you. I don't think there's anything like like ban worthy or anything because they legitimately sell that at Don Quixote. I actually couldn't find it, but it was really trending for like literally just last month. It was like a thing where like arbitrarily one day 2 months ago, society is like, if your nips and like the areola area is not pink, you're a whore. Like, i.e., if it's anything but pink, you're a whore and you sleep around. Don't know where they got that from. Um, no one actually believes it, I suppose, but um, the sentiment is like you want it pink, basically. So I guess for a little bit on social media, people were buying it to test if it actually makes it pink. So it's basically like I saw a video on it, but I think it looks like a chapstick, and you can just paint on it and let it sit there for like an hour or a few hours or something like that, and then you wash it and the stain will stay on and it'll make it look pink. But I'm just like, I don't know if this is FDA approved because you're putting it on like an erogenous area. It's supposed to be very sensitive. Like sensitive as in like you don't just start putting things on it, right? What if like it's like skin? What if it absorbs? So I'm just like, what is that dye? Like, is it safe to put on your fucking nips? Like, you know, it seems quite odd, but it was trending for a little bit. I feel like it's not as trending anymore. But for a tiny like 1 month window, like last month or so, it was like if you got anything that's not pink, you're a whore. But if you don't want to look like a whore, use that. I've seen the nip tint video going around. Yeah, see, it was so weird.
Alright,
Yeah,
so we
see,
know the
even Michu's
difference
seen it.
between Geary and Onisis. Onisis yaps like there's no tomorrow while Geary talks about nonsense that you would not expect when you sit down.
That unpredictable. I feel like I'm predictable, like in a good way. That's only gonna make it worse because now it cures it. I don't think it's very popular anymore. Like I don't think anybody who was actually who even thought about using the nip
Geary,
tint
you are
thingy
focused
thought
way
that
too
they were a
much on
horror or
this
not.
pink nip thing and the negative stereotypes Jerry with not being pink. You are giving us way too much personal info gam gam. And why would your sis want this for the office? WTF.
She has some really good girlfriends that I know that she works with, and also some people that she still keeps in touch from high school and university. She talks about them all the time when we like have phone calls or whatever every once in a while. So I was just like, well, I mean, it's not like you're not gonna bet your boss, right? Like it's supposed to be like, like like a little like kind of like that long attacker thing, like how my friend brought back like a freaking basically, it's a hat for European, and it's like an extendo thingy. It's called the long attacker, like it's like, haha, gotcha, bro. Like I thought it was gonna be like because she was asking for something fun, and I was like, well, I don't know. Like I can't think of anything right now because I'm also a little bit desensitized since living here. Everything is kind of sort of interesting and also not at the same time. So I was like thinking like fun. What's shock value? It's a Japan thing. Okay. Most of my late 30s and onwards was been that no one will love my hyper specific hobbies like I do, and that's okay. Is that the long man? No, that's long man is the candy, the long attacker, the thing for your peen that I told you the story about. Remember? My in the friend group,
You
there's a
say that
guy
to your
friend and
boss and the
another guy
next
friend
minute
that
you
are
are
best
walking to
friends.
the HR room, okay.
Well, she didn't get it. She took pictures of the little cooling spray instead. Have you seen that chin beauty injection video? The one where the chin starts to sag and droop? I saw that. Not with stream, but I saw that. The best of friends, yeah. But in any case, yeah. Like this? No. So I think there was like a thing in China. There was like a trend where you want your face to, I think the ideal face shape in China is a heart shape. Again, Chinese beauty, what is it called? Beauty benchmark changes like every 6 months. It's very arbitrary. It's just like one day they're like, if you don't have this, you're ugly. And you remember the thing where it's like, oh, you're only truly skinny if you hold A4 paper and your waist can hide before A4 paper. Remember the thing where if your hand can touch your belly button, which mine literally cannot. Like she's like, oh, you're a fat ass. And I'm just like, sometimes it's the length of the arm. Sometimes it's just like mobility, right? It's not always about how skinny, like how skinny this part is or whatever. In any case, it's not very healthy uh for young women or young girls even to know that they're fucking fat because their waist doesn't fit behind A4 paper, stuff like that. So this new trend was the ideal face shape is a heart. So it's supposed to be like I guess like the cheeks shouldn't protrude out too much, and you want to have a nice high forehead and temple, and you want your chin to be like sharp, right? And stuff like that. So, or because it's supposed to be like good fortune or something. So, what started as just simply like filler to get the chin a little bit more like dimension,
Hey
ended up
Geary,
becoming like
first, you are a
inject more,
wonderful
inject more, and it starts
beanpole.
to sag
An
and look
arbitrary
like a
level of
witch.
flexibility and bone structure is pointless. Anyways, I am in HR for showing of this magic nip color changing innovation. Any tips for not getting fired?
Let me think. Let me think. You could pair it with the booby soap that's supposed to get rid of discoloration and weird smells and mold. If you and then you can also offer that as kind of like a care package. So that like that's the one that I gifted like the girls when the girls came over last year. I thought because it was like, oh, fun. It was a new thing at Don Quixote and I had no idea what it was. There was no commercials or anything advertising it. I was just perusing. And I was like, yeah, the girls would like that. That's so funny. That's fun. And it's the soap that he's trying to get not fired. Not getting fired on this. Like the little picture was basically like the under shape of a boobie. Um Not a real boob, like just like, two crescent moons basically. And then it is like a picture of like a woman, like a bust up, and then it was just discoloration, mold, smells. I don't fucking know. It was in Japanese. Some of the words I didn't understand. And then they were like, and then it was like flowers, and it was like, oh, boob soap. I don't know if any of the girls actually used it, but I gifted it to them. Yeah. Gary's strategy is a double down. Then they'll know you're joking, you know?
I get it, I'll just hand it the PP hats to my co-workers and the ladies in HR. That surely should do the trick. I'll also send them this clip.
There's context. There are context. Like the PP hat, I'm saying it nicely, but the PP hat, it was literally like this fucking long. And it just like there was like this much headroom. And then you just whoop. It's called the long attacker. That I still remember the name. It was like oh yeah, that was a story that I got cut off halfway and I couldn't remember what it was. In the friend group, there was two guys. We were all mutual friends, but those two guys were best friends. So when one of the best friends went to Japan, they came back and brought us, chocolates and Kit Kats and I don't know, like some fun little thing. But then for his best friend, it was like a rectangle box that was this long, and then we were all like, "Oh shit! Like, what's that?" It's nothing too big. We were all so curious because he was the only one that got a box instead, something that was different. And he opened it, and it said "Long Attacker." And then he was like, "What the fuck is this, bro?" And then he opened it, and it was, in the shape of what you obviously think is in the shape of. And then we're like, "Why'd you get him?" Like I think he had a girlfriend at the time. Like the receiving best friend also had a girlfriend, but we were like, why did you get him like a fiddle, a fiddle. And he was like, oh no, it's not a fiddle. Look at it again. And he opened it, he took it out, he was inspecting it, and there was like a like a cavity. So it was this big, pretty much exactly. And there was a cavity that goes all the way up into here. And then he was like, "What the heck?" And he was like, "Yeah, you wear it." There was like a tie around it to keep it in position. And he was like, "Long attacker." And then he was like, "Yeah, isn't it so funny?" The whole table was like, "This is what the fuck was that? That's a crazy gift." And then the friend is like, "Yeah, what the fuck, bro?" And everyone had a good time. Everyone had a good laugh, and everyone was like, "Oh, cheers! Welcome back to Japan from Japan." You know, it was like a fun. It was a fun. It was a fun little experience. You know that's fun. So that's why I was like, when she was like, "Oh, got anything fun to recommend, sis?" And I'm like, "Fun, fun. I have a nip tent. Would you be interested in a nip tent?" You know, like the extended mag. Yeah. It's a joke, bro, right, bro? The pole extender. Yeah, it was called the long attacker. Like this was like a long, long time ago that this happened. This was a long while. But we all sometimes go like, "Yo, remember that one time when your best friend gave you the long attacker?" And he's like, "Yeah, I actually still have it, bro." And I was like, we were like, "Well, do you use it?" And they were like, "No, man." Like, I don't know if that's real or not, but he's like, "No, man, but I still have it though." We still talk about it sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was so shocking because no one ever expected anybody to buy anything like this or to see, because usually it's kind of
I
like a
hate how
private
much
thing, you
your
know?
streams have tainted my mind. Cause now I am seeing some idiot in a locker room turning around with the long attacker equipped and screaming pickle.
On guard. Heal, heal, heal. You know? But it was like, dude, at that guy's wedding, that story got brought up. At that guy's wedding, that story got brought up. It was a really fun wedding though. It wasn't just because of that story though, that there was a lot of mishaps that happened in the wedding, but we were able to kind of like blow it off and just like, roll with it for the moment, and turned out to be really casual and really fun. Um, Someone had to get their stomach pumped because they drank a little bit too much alcohol. That part of it wasn't as fun because the ambulance had to come and everything. But other than that, it was like I think the groom was having an existential crisis at one point, got over it, had the best time of his life, then got like shit wasted, and then I was like like 6, 7 shots in, and I was feeling great, having the time of my life. Another girl barfed on me because she went a little too ham right before, like before the soup course. And usually for like, if you're familiar with like Chinese banquet, uh the procession of the dishes, soup course is course 3 out of 10. Okay, or 9. Sometimes 9 is a good luck number because it's like 9, which means like forever. For a wedding, it would be nice. Or like forever is a good omen. So the soup course didn't come out yet, and she already barfed on me. And I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I helped her. And then she was like, "I'm gonna go home early. I'm so sorry I barfed." I'm like, "Don't worry, it's okay. It's all good." There's a whole bunch of things. It was a whole bunch of things, but it was really fun. It was really fun. Soup is typically second dish. We had the suckling pig, and we also had the jellyfish with like the cold cut. So for us, it was 3. But yes, typically it's like at the beginning sometime. They gave me kangaroo balls. Only reason they knew was because of your stream. Oh, I have the kangaroo balls, like the nutcracker, not the nutcracker, the beer cracker. Jellyfish? Yes, it's a very, very custom. I don't know why they would always have jellyfish, but usually at a Chinese banquet, where it's like a set course, the appetizer course is the jellyfish with like, some sliced cold chashu with some small pieces of roast pork, maybe a little other green salad or something. They always have jellyfish, but jellyfish is delicious. It's how Chinese people do it as a cold salad is lots of sesame oil, sesame seeds, white pepper, salt, MSG, like basically every single aromatic that's like very pleasant and neutral. Put that all together, and the jellyfish is pretty crunchy. And it's really good. I love jellyfish, actually. It's very delicious. And then the second course will be one huge baby suckling pig with an apple in its mouth. And then you're just like slicing the skin off, and then you're eating that like a pecking duck, basically. Same concept as a pecking duck, but instead of a duck, it's a pig, a baby pig. Mm. No curry powder for mine, for the ones that I typically eat. And then it would be, in this case, it was the soup. And then after the soup was like different kinds of like proteins and stuff. The only jellyfish that I had was clear and tasteless. Jellyfish by itself usually does not have a taste. That's why you kind of need a lot of aromatics like the MSG and the sesame oil and salt and everything to kind of make it flavorful. If you were to just raw dog the jellyfish, it wouldn't taste like anything. Pecking pig then? Yes, but I think a suckling pig is more Cantonese. In concept, very similar, but in terms of the origins of where the dish comes from, I think a suckling pig is more Cantonese because they bring out like every table gets their own baby pig. Jellyfish taste similar to fugu. Fugu should be soft, unless I've never had fugu, which is like not blowfish, pufferfish. I've never had pufferfish, but I would assume the texture of raw fish flesh would be soft. Jellyfish is crunchy. It just doesn't have a taste. It's crunchy though. Can you make fugu? You got to be licensed to make it. You can't even buy it at a grocery store. You can if it's already pre-sliced and dealt with, but you can't cut it yourself, obviously. Fugu is bland at AF, not really worth it. That's the consensus that I've been hearing, that it's really not worth it, because it doesn't taste like anything. You just have to dip it with the sauce, I guess. Fugu is kind of soft and bland. Yeah, jellyfish is crunchy and bland, but I like the texture of it because it's like nice and stringy and it's a little bit crunchy. It's fun. You can get it in Chinatown in Tokyo, and some really Chinese restaurants might serve jellyfish as like a salad, but you see it a lot in Toronto. It's supposed to make your mouth numb a little bit, I hear. Really? Are you sure? I thought it was like if it's numb, it's like, oh, poison. Can fugu be used as an ingredient in a larger dish? I think you can, but no one really wants to because it's so expensive and it has to be a licensed chef that knows exactly how to dissect the fugu so you don't get poison and everything. So there's a lot. So you're basically paying for the experience and the knowledge the chef has to present this fugu for you in a way that is safe to eat, that it would almost be a waste to stir fry it. Like imagine this guy is like, years of studying at this prestigious academy, cuts every fugu so carefully. It takes an hour. I don't know how long, but let's say it takes an hour just to do one fish. And then he makes like sweet and sour fish. Like it's like it's not a bad thing, but it's also like, wow, all that effort and you made it into a fried fish thing. And paying to not die, yeah. So I guess that's why it's just like, oh, you must taste it in its rawest form because I worked so hard on it. To dip it in batter, fry it, and serve it with fries. Do it like tempura and chips, like fish and chips, but it's like tempura. Tempura to potato. Alone fugu as fish test like nothing. Yeah, I that's why I never really had fugu, but you probably shouldn't go to a cheap place anyways because the guy might not be licensed. But conversely, if you pay so much money just to taste bland fish, maybe you also might not find it worth it. So you can prepare the fugu theoretically however you like, but people tend to serve it as sashimi because it's the most like in its most natural and purest state without having any other flavors interrupt it. But since the consensus is it doesn't have a flavor anyways, I don't know. Can we do deep fried fugu wrapped in bacon and served with nacho cheese sauce? And I'll do you one better. And you take that and you shove it into cream cheese and you shove the cream cheese into a jalapeno. You wrap the jalapeno again in some bacon and you put a lot of like other residual bacon fat all over it and you put it into the oven and you also melt a whole chunk of brie cheese over it with some pepper jelly and some fresh honey. That is the best way to enjoy fugu. With a side of Baja Blast and 2 extra large Diet Cokes, extra ice. Oh, yeah, and the crusher with, crushed Cheetos, with a coating of crushed Cheetos, shove Takis in there, and also covered with a bunch of tahini. Yeah, in a large milkshake, and wrap it in taco lettuce, just to cancel everything. The Geary meal? No, and then it's just like, there's fish in there? Really?" the McFugu meal and yeah, and the Diet Coke. I wonder if you can get fugu at the grocery store. I want to say you can, but it might be a very seasonal thing. I don't see it very often, but I wonder if you can. Because it would be kind of cool if we can buy some at the grocery store so I can try. I feel like usually for grocery stores, they'll probably go to like verified or certified like fugu experts anyways. They're probably not gonna go to like, you know, the uncle that some mom down the street knows, you know. So if that was an option, I wouldn't mind trying fugu, but I feel like to go to a restaurant just to eat it and you gotta like pay out of the wazoo just for something kind of basic, I think I'm okay. I think you can only get dried fugu fins. Oh, not the meat itself. Is the fins are not poison? Oh my god, it's 8:30. Bitch ass. Just I cannot we're not starting stream on this desk ever again. I'm just like, oh my god, so what's next, guys? Oh my god. Any fun stories? How was your Tuesday? Yeah. Oh my god, no way. Oh my god. Oh my god, that reminds me. I have another dude, we'll be here forever. No, we are never starting a cooking stream on my desk ever again. I got a little too fucking comfortable. Where is cooking? There it is. Get back in there. Get back in there, Gary. I realize I'm a little too zoomed out. So I'll zoom. Where's my Wawa and my olive oil? God damn. I was like, can't be that bad, right? Let me just take a look at it and see. Oh, I didn't change the monitor settings. Hold on. And it was like 8:21. I'm like, dear goodness gracious. See dynamics? Girl, I was about to sit here for another 4 hours easy. Oh my god. And then
So
I'm
you
never
yapped
gonna cut. Where's my
non-stop from
slippers?
7 p.m. JST, and your family called you a silent type, and you said one Isis could out-IAP you? Oh boy papu.
Wait, since 7, 8. Wait, where's my slippers? Hold on. Where my slippies go? Oh, here they are. I don't like to cook without my slippers because it's a little, the floor is a little hard. What was the comment? I missed it. So you just, yeah, nonstop from 7 p.m. That was half. That was barely, why am I, that was only for an hour and a half. That was nothing.
Hello
Only
Miss
sis can
Julie,
literally
I
yap
must
for
do my daily
hours.
compliment. You look pretty today. Very cute outfit. Please mods be nice.
Show mercy, Moz. Please show mercy. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, fire truck. I think that's a little bit better, right? A little bit. Like, dude, you should see how my family takes phone calls with Onisis. There was a point where Onisis was studying abroad a little bit. So I already moved out, but we were having family dinner. Like I was still in Canada, but I moved out and I went back for the weekly family dinner. And Onisis would know that we would gather together for weekend dinner. So she would take that time to call and just to like catch up with the family and see what's up. And literally, we could have a whole ass dinner in somewhat silence, just eating and hanging out. And Onisis would be like, so the other day, so anyways, by the way, and then I said, literally, we could not say, we don't need to say anything for like 3 hours, and she could just, and then after like basically what was silence in the kitchen table, my dad is was like, okay, so we're gonna go take a walk after dinner now. I'll talk to you later. And she's like, okay, bye. And then hangs up. We were just like,
Yeah
eat.
Geary, you
Thank you.
look really
Thank you.
pretty today.
Yeah,
I love the way
just
that
like
label
barely
hugs your
anything.
curves. Oh wait a minute. I think that's the water bottle.
Am I built like a water bottle? Maybe. Maybe a little bit. I can see the vision. I can see the vision. The bottle more slay than gear. This is the olive
To
oil
be fair,
that
you technically didn't
Pete
do a
and
normal
Yuki got
Monday,
me.
so you in the office is just you meeting your weekly obligations. In fact, if you just gamed tonight, that would also make sense.
Just clocking in my office hours. But this was the olive oil that I said I forgot to grab. This is the one that Pete and Yuki got me. Well, more Yuki than Pete is what he said. Yuki thinks about me. But I think when they were in Italy, Yuki was like, "Oh my God, Nagiri will like this." So they got me like pasta from Italy, two different kinds of shapes, which I'm very excited to try out. But we'll probably organize maybe a cooking collab or something so we can maybe try it out together. But there is a particular dish that requires a little drizzle of olive oil. And although I do have like the Costco type of olive oil, I have never used expensive olive oil before and definitely not from Italy. So I thought it would be a nice time to maybe like try it a little bit, crack the seal, and try what expensive olive oil
There's
tastes
our little
like.
happy figure, and then there's crumpled water bottle unvacant.
I'm not crumpled. You take that back. Yuki, well, maybe not a collab with Yuki because Yuki, I think she's very camera shy, and that's totally fine. I would never pressure her into something like that. But I really appreciate them thinking about me when they were in Italy. So, um, I think for today it will make sense to use this one just because I do need a good olive oil as like the salad dressing ish type thing. I think it'll be really I think it'll be really nice. Okay, so here's the plan today, guys. Here's the plan. Um let me show you why I scheduled a whole stream around this. So I mentioned already that Yusan got me a whole bunch of things for a summer care package. Apparently, it is a normal thing to do in Japan to send, I guess, friends, family, um, who live far away from you or something, or apart from you, to occasionally send be like, "Hey, it's summertime. Take care of yourself." So what they did send me was the little neck heat sink thingy that you saw on Monday, the handheld fan that you saw on Monday,
Chat, I think
for
we
me
are
and
required to
Shadog.
compliment Geary. She's very slay tonight, a fire Wednesday in it. And most of all,
Most of all.
is that? Labubu? A labubu? Wow, labubu.
La Lababu? Where's the Lababu? No Lababu on this side. But also apparently it's also customary as in is what they said to send either fruit or dessert of some kind. So originally they were going to send a gelato that they really enjoyed, but apparently they're sold out, which is surprising to like who orders that much gelato as a gift. But maybe it is like a really customary thing. So I'm writing notes down. So for next year, I will not be cut unawares and I will be a proper Japanese citizen. But in any case, they were like, oh, is fruit okay? And I'm like, dude, you don't have to buy me anything, let alone fruit. And they were like, okay, peaches, because right now it's peach season and watermelon season, all that stuff. So they got me a whole box of peaches. I actually already ate some. Onisis ate two or one, and I ate one. Actually, maybe I ate two. I think Onisis ate one. But I have so many peaches, and these are so sweet. I don't know how much Yusan spent on these peaches. Um, I dare not ask, but they are so good. Like right now, a peach is about 600 yen per. Like something that's exactly this big, wrapped in like that styrofoam netting and everything. It sells for 500 to 600 yen. 500 is typically on like very, very cheap already. It usually goes from 600, 700, maybe 800 as pretty average. And it can be like 2,000 if it's like a little bit more expensive. I don't know how much this costs. Even if I ask, they probably won't tell me anyways. But these are so much better than the 500 yen ones. And the 500 yen ones were already very sweet and very soft and very juicy. I had one of these and I was like, holy shit. When Oni sis had one, she was like, this tastes exactly like peach candy. Like if you were like, I want to make a peach candy, what
This
would
is
it taste
further
like?
proof she
And you
really
eat one of
hates
these, it
Malaysia.
tastes like
She let
this.
all the gifts from Malaysia rot and go bad. But some peaches from Yusan immediately get attention. Sorry, Malaysian brothers huggies.
Okay, we're fishing now, but okay. Fair enough. But yeah, so anyways, I was just like, okay, let's just do a cooking because there's no way I can eat all of this. If I were to actually just eat it. There's no way I can eat all of it. Then it would actually spoil. So um, I was like, you know what? The best way to maybe handle it is just to cook it. Shadow doesn't eat any. I could share with neighbors, but I like the neighbor grandma uh thinks I'm crazy maybe. I think she's a little scared of me because I say good morning to her and she's just like, whoa, what is that? No one says good morning to me. So I think she's a little bit scared. So I don't want to like traumatize her with like, unknown peaches or anything like that. And everyone's kind of people that I know are either still away from their trips, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, you know what? I don't want these to spoil. So I will just cook with them instead. So we're going to be cooking with them. I'm going to make 4 different dishes. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to take these all out and then put them in the fridge. So, because the box is a little bit hard to take in and out. But these are so, 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 so sweet. They literally do taste like peach candy. It's actually kind of crazy. Scared of good morning? Yeah, like this when I first moved and it was like maybe like a month into moving here, I already like introduced myself and everything, so she knows who I am, but she's really old. So I think she just kind of forgot maybe. Um, so I instinctively said good morning, because in Canada you say good morning to your neighbors. You don't have a conversation. It's just simply good morning, you move on. There's no conversation or anything. But I said good morning, and she was about to step out of the house, and she instantly ran back in because she was just so scared and offended, I guess, that I said good morning. I don't know. I made sure to never make that mistake ever again. Never say good morning to anybody in Japan, not even a nod, because they might freak out and run back in. And I don't want her to trip and fall and accidentally cause a heart attack. I don't want that on me, you know? Let me put the box back or put it into the recycling. And let me grab my little note paper of all the stuff that I need. Okay. I also found the thing that I wanted to look for on Monday. So I thought we can maybe do a little taste test together as well. On Monday when we were doing IRL stream, I was like, I was like, oh my God, I can't find this instant noodle that they've been selling, that they should have started selling on Monday. It's special because it's the first time ever that they invented an instant noodle that can heat up or basically cook in cold water. Typically, you add hot water and then the hot water steeps the noodles. It gets nice and soft. It becomes a hot soup. It's delicious. But they remember how they made the cold noodles. Yesterday, I think I went to the konbini to just grab some things for the gym or to take Onisis out to dinner. And I was like, you know what? Let's just stop by the Lawsons and take a look. Guess who had it? And I went back to 7-Eleven today to see if they had more. So I can maybe get some for Onisis for her to bring back to wherever she is. Because I thought this could be pretty fun as a souvenir. It takes a little bit of space, but it's very light. And I thought that this is like very one of a kind. Like this is the first time they've invented something like this. But 7-Eleven does not have it. So if you are in Japan, if you're interested or if you're coming within the next like month or so, I'm not sure exactly how long the runtime is, but I would imagine it's going to be at least a month. If you're in Japan, I don't want to say it's just Tokyo. I'm pretty sure it's all over Japan. Go to Lawson's. So far, Family Mart and 7-Eleven does not have it. I'm not sure why or if that's intentional, but Lawson's has it. And they have 2 flavors. They have the kimchi flavor, the spicy kimchi. Let's see if Shadog. Oh, Shadog, I don't think the Steam Deck works. If you're listening, do you think you can take a look, please? But they have a cold kimchi version. And they also have a salted lemon. So we can maybe try that later as we're waiting for things to cook. I thought it could be cute. And if it's really good, I'll probably let Onisis take some back home if she has space for them. I think it could be fun. I've seen the cold noodles at 7-Eleven. My 7-Eleven doesn't have it. I'm not sure why, but I was only able to find it in the Lawson's for me. Okay. Gelatine. Okay, first things first. I'll let you. I will go down the recipe list or the meal list, every single component today will have peaches, so we can use all the peaches. We didn't have dinner yet, so basically this is gonna be dinner whenever dinner is ready. So the first thing we're gonna make is the dessert first, because the dessert takes a little bit of time to cool down. And what I wanted to do was a coffee jelly peach parfait. I think coffee and peaches would go quite well. Coffee is bitter and a little bit nutty, and peaches are sweet, juicy, and I think stone fruits being that there's like a big pit in the middle, I think stone fruits tend to pair well with coffee as well. So I'm willing to experiment and see if that's good. And we're going to be making a peach bikini parfait. Now, what does that mean? You'll see later. But I saw this one photo 6 years ago, something random. This was like way before content creation. And I was like, haha, that's the funniest thing ever. Swipe next, right? And I just didn't think about it ever again. And then now that I have peaches, I was like, what was that photo that I saw 6 years ago of a bikini peach? So we're gonna try making a bikini peach. I couldn't find the video. I couldn't find the picture ever again because it was so long ago. And when I look up bikini peach, guess what I get? I get a photo of Princess Peach in a bikini, and I'm like, no, no. And then I'm like, okay, Momo bikini, and then I get like a fucking like Jav Star or something like that. I don't know, you know. Like so I was just like, okay, I Sigele, okay, depend on yourself. Just figure it out yourself is the moral of the story here. Oh, let me get the instant noodles. So hopefully I'll be able to make it look cool slash cute. I do have a vision in my head. We'll see if I'll be able to execute it, but we're gonna make the coffee jelly first because the coffee jelly takes the longest time to cool and make into jello. And the rest of the components of the parfait are going to be super easy. I feel like everything that we're making today, more or less, is actually going to be super easy. Because it's like it's the epitome of summer cooking. It should be quick. It should be delicious. You shouldn't be slaving over a hot pan for hours and hours. It should be pretty chill. So I'm kind of excited to try different things. A lot of things I have never made before on stream. So we're going to be making a coffee jello bikini peach parfait. That's a mouthful. We're going to be making a white peach burrata salad. This particular one, Yusun actually sent me a photo of because they actually made this recently with their own peaches that they bought. And I was like, that's delicious. I've actually never had a burrata before. It always looks so fun when you like peel it open and it starts to you know, ooze out and everything. It
Gam
looks very
Gam, what
good.
are you looking up in your free time? Why did you get Princess Peach specifically? I only get images of peach-colored bikinis.
So anyways, we're gonna we're gonna so anyways, we're gonna what? I lost it. I'm gonna make the perfect. I'm gonna bikini and then we're gonna make a burrata. Turn on your safe search cam cam. No, I, I is it bad? Is that bad? That when I looked up peach bikini, it gave me Princess Peach in a bikini. Is that bad? She says so. I swear. Something about oozing out or oozing. She doesn't even explain it anymore. It was Princess Peach. Also, the mic is speaking like even now or just earlier. Even now? Is it still peaking now? You have noise cancellation? Oh, it's so fucking hot. I can press it again to see if I don't know if that did anything. Is it even now? Oh, it's just when I was screaming. Okay, hold on. I really need to turn a fan on. Oh my goodness. Death. Why is the fan not turning on? No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. It's too hot. I wasn't plugged in. Okay. Is it turned on now? Oh. Okay. I cannot imagine being in a blue suit right now. I would be so sad. Okay. The fan is the fan is fine. The fan is on. The fan uprising? No, I'm gonna just smack it and get another one. Unacceptable. What was I talking about? Yes, a peach burrata. So, Yusan sent me a photo of a peach burrata salad that they made themselves recently, and it looks very simple. It's just sliced peaches, with some salt, some pepper. It looks like there's a little bit of like olive oil or honey or something like that. So we're just gonna wing it as we go, and that should just take like what, a few minutes. I think it'll be pretty quick to put together. And I'm kind of excited to have it because I've never had a burrata. You're supposed to just like crack into it and it's supposed to like drip everywhere. It's okay to look at peaches every now and then. Thank you. See, why must I be judged? And Epibay comes in and goes like, hey man, that's okay. That's okay. I understand. You know, why can't we be a little bit more accepting of everybody and each other and the things that we choose to look at or
You
not
can hide
choose
it
to
all
look
you
at?
like, but it's obvious your favorite thing to watch from your bush is the Bowser Peach NTR. Also, will we be seeing a peach cobbler?
No peach cobbler. I think the peach cobbler will take too long to make. Also, I think these peaches are too juicy to make a peach cobbler. So these are like the white peaches, like the fuzzy skinned white peaches. They are so juicy. Typically with a peach cobbler, it's made with the harder yellow fleshed peaches. I don't think these will be the good selection of peach to make a peach cobbler. Also, the dessert will be the peach bikini coffee jelly parfait. That's going to be the dessert. Something simple and something that's cold, also fun. But yeah, I did consider a peach cobbler, but as I ate it, I was like, there's no way. It's going to turn into soup. There's no way it can hold its shape properly. It's not, no, there's no, it cannot do a poached peach either because it needs to be the hard peach for those type of things. Most of the recipes that I found, they always just use the orange flesh, the yellow fleshed hard peaches, not really these like white peaches. So I tried to find some recipes that look like it can support potentially a white peach. Because I can't find, obviously I don't need more peaches. I want to use these up. So we'll see how it goes. And then I'm gonna be making a kind of like a jerk or Caribbean inspired jerk pork tenderloin. I'm gonna actually sous vide it, and then we're just gonna sear it because I am not confident with cooking with pork whatsoever, unless it's like the Chinese stir fry or we're braising it for like, you know, the soy sauce red braised pork or something like that. That I can do, but if it's not that, I'm very unconfident with cooking with pork. I don't cook it too often in like the Western application. So instead of baking it for a long time and kind of fussing with like, is it cooked, is it not? We're just gonna sous vide it and then we're just gonna sear it and it should be good. But we're gonna be doing an iteration of Caribbean jerk spicy sauce type of a rub thing. We're gonna shove that into the water and we're gonna sous vide that as well. And we're gonna be making a peach salsa on the side. And what else do I have? Oh, and then I also have shrimp and peach barbecue skewers, grilled barbecue skewers. That one I'm a little unsure of if these peaches are going to be able to survive the oven or the air fryer in this case, but I would like to try anyways. I think it sounds nice. It sounds delicious. So we'll see. Just four things, but each thing shouldn't be too technically difficult. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna grab my sous vide first because I want to get my water ready. I'm gonna grab my big old bucket here. Do I have, where can I plug this little guy in? I think I might plug it in separately. I have my sous vide machine. I'm gonna, oh, I forgot the chart. I forgot the chart. Hold on. What was the chart? I want medium. I think you can technically get away with medium rare for pork, but I think both me and Shadow feel a little bit iffy with bloody pork or slightly bloody pork. So I'm going to err on the side of medium for this one. I would prefer my pork to be white and not pink. Sous vide. I had a reference sheet, but I forgot what it was. What the what the rating was. Oh, 140. Was it 140? 140. Yeah, 140 Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius. I have my sous vide machine. I'm just going to fill it with water. Enough to submerge everything, if not more, because even though it's not consistently boiling, it will start to have a little bit of steam. So over time, it will evaporate. So if you're doing like a 24-hour sous vide for like, let's say like a sous vide roast pork or ribs or something like that, either have a lid over it so the water doesn't evaporate while you're sleeping, or have a vat so big that it will never fully evaporate below the level of where the meat is. But the more water you have, the longer time it takes to get the temperature, to get the water to temperature, because it takes time to fill the volume, of course. So I got my, I get my, and then usually for this one, you can just clip it to the side so it doesn't go anywhere. And usually for the sous vide machines, they kind of have a little indicator. In this case, it's right here, where it tells you where the max level of water should be. And sometimes even the minimum, because this is where the heat comes in and the circulator pushes all the water around. So obviously you don't want the water to be below where the little engines are, I guess, but you don't want it too high either. So in this case, I have it at, if I stick it lower, it is almost at max. So I think that will do. And if I want to add more water, if it does eventually evaporate because there's no lid for it or something like that, just add in warm water. Then it'll, keep the water consistent and it won't shock it and slow down the cook. Ugh. I think I'm going to bring it, right here. Move away, rice
Are
cooker.
those straps that are hanging on the side of your armor part of the top? Do they get snagged on things often? I feel like they would
No.
get caught on things.
No, not at all, actually. Hold on, let me just set this. It's 60. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. It is circulating. I set it to 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And no, these don't get snagged on anything at all. I mean, unless you're like constantly like walking next to people, I guess maybe, but I was in a pack train today. I just walk around, do my shit. They never really get stuck on anything. They're okay, but they're part of the shirt. The shirt, this is the bra strap. This is not part of the shirt. The shirt is just, I guess I got it at Taobao. The shirt is just this part and this little strap thing. If you really want to, I think you can wear it under your arm, but then it just kind of like hangs down here. I feel like it doesn't do anything. So I prefer it here. Yeah. Yo-yo meat? I don't remember if this is actually yo-yo meat or not. I'm not sure. Question. Yes. What is the question? In the meantime, that's heating up. I'm gonna work on the coffee jelly. Because the jello needs time to set. Knock knock. What? Knock knock. Yes. Who? Oh yeah. Who's there? I was like, what comes after knock knock? Who's there? I'm gonna get my coffee. Did my sister drink my coffee? Oh, okay. I was like, no way she would. She would not do that. Sous vide machine, sous vide machine, sous vide machine. Who? Sous vide machine. Sous vide machine. Sous vide machine. Who? Yuri, you're so pretty. I wish it was Pride Month so I could be gay for you. You don't have to do that. Just you don't have to wait for Pride Month to do that. But that's you. That's be free to be who you are. You know. You don't have to wait once a month and every year to feel like you need to be yourself. I'm not specifically speaking towards like, oh my God, yes, thirst for no, not like that. But you should be free to be yourself. Don't feel like you have to wait for 1 month of the year to do that, you know? I'm gay for my Hoshigiri-chan. Now you clarify? What? What do you mean? I'm just saying, be yourself, girl. Be yourself. Okay. I have black coffee because my heart is dark as day, black as night. No evil shall escape my sight. Red demon's light. Did I fuck that up? Shadow always said this thing. Well, he was like, dark as day, black as night. No evil shall escape my sight. Is it Green Lantern? Green Lantern's light. Anyways, you are no Green Lantern. It was Green Lantern? Okay. I think that guy left. They were like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I'm gay for my Oshi. They're not coming back. They're not coming back. I ruined it. They're like, oh, as they were saying something, they were actively deleting it as I was doing it. And then they left. I'm so sorry. I'm here, Oshi-chan. They stayed. They stayed. We got a good one. No, she was tuning. Beware my power, Green Lantern's light. There you go. Beware my power, Green Lantern's light. So I'm making coffee jelly. One of my favorite desserts here in Japan that I did not expect to like because I'm not much of a coffee drinker because it kind of gives me heart palpitations and I'm pretty weak to caffeine that comes in coffee. But I discovered that I really fucking like coffee jelly and it's really just exactly what it is. Coffee with gelatin and then you typically add a sugar syrup that goes into it and or like a sweetened cream. The cream part is optional. Typically, it will definitely have some kind of a sweet syrup or honey component to make it sweet at least.
If
And then
it
sometimes you can
helps,
have
if
cream
I
in
was
it.
a girl, I wouldn't be gay for you. But Yuzu,
Oh.
well now. Have you seen her?
But yeah, so uh what was I gonna say? So I just have regular black coffee. It's unsweetened. In this case, because we're making a parfait, you can do it bio-sweetened anyways, but I think with the granola and the peaches, and we're probably doing a little bit of honey, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to follow the instructions on the manual to see how I should do this. I think this particular gelatin that here they have in Japan, you can actually make it with cold water. 冷たい Ida created by what? 200 milliliters, heated up to 40 degrees Celsius, so you still need it warm. Oh, so you do still need it warm. ゼラチンが届けない場合、Okay, so you want it warm. Dissolve the gelatin. ゼライス1袋をお湯届け。Oh. Oh, you know what? It's better just to heat it up. There was a way of doing it where it's cold, but they just want you to heat it up in hot boiling water, combine it with the cold stuff. I'm like just do everything hot. So I'm gonna just get my coffee and I'm gonna pop into the microwave until it starts to steam. Not until it starts to boil. It starts to steam, and this makes 250 milliliters for one packet. We definitely do not need 250 milliliters of coffee jelly, but just to kind of keep the gelatin powder and stuff clean, and I don't have to waste half a bag, we'll just do a full bag. You're leaking the powder. Oh, that's okay. Just a little bit. I was fidgeting with it, I think. Yeah. Oh, he's got plans up his sleeve. Is that an espresso? I think it's just like a regular brewed coffee. What the? You're so annoying, Shadog. You just want to show off your new shit. You know that Hollyland transmitter thing? He was like, "Can we gonna buy it? Like $1,000." And I asked him, I was like, "Did you buy it?" He's like, "No, of course not." Guess what came in the mail 2 days after? This is the camera now. Guess what came in the mail 2 days after? A fucking Hollyland transmitter. Now apparently he can stream using the other big camera and it can be wireless. And it can stream from anywhere, not even in the house. Like he can take it outside and you can still stream it. It's actually pretty cool. This is why he wanted to get. I was like, what do you mean you want more perspectives? What the fuck does that mean? I'm just cooking, man. I want it hot. Maybe I think. Oh, maybe 2 minutes is too much of a time. We'll do a minute and 40 seconds ish and see where that takes us. The fourth wall broken. This guy is so annoying.
Okay, no more
I should have
messing with you
fucking
and
knew.
making you forget what you were doing. Serious question, why are those peaches not good for cobbler? All peaches are juicy, aren't they? Also, this is way more immersive.
This is way more. This is way more. Um, these peaches are too soft. Like you'll see in a little bit once I start cutting into them for different applications. They are very, very wet. The flesh is very soft, so they don't really hold shape very well. So for things like cobbler, even for example, for apple pie, even certain apples are better for apple pie versus others. Granny Smith is really good because one, it's tangy, so it pairs well with sugar, but more specifically, it's more of a hard apple. And if you're like, oh, all apples are hard, Granny Smith are a lot harder. So when you cook them into cinnamon or when you bake them in the oven, they don't disintegrate into mush. In this case, for peaches, they're also made a little bit different. Yes, they might be all soft, but they have varying degrees. So for this one, if you cut them, they kind of just fall apart. For the standard peaches that you typically get for orange cobbler, the orange fleshed ones, they're definitely a lot more rigid, so they can withstand heat a lot better. So but you just like toss them in sugar and then tuck them into the oven. It'll start to soften a little bit, but it won't melt into water. These will though. So unless you get them raw, then maybe that could work, but this is definitely the
This
softest
camera
peach.
angle makes me feel seen. I am glad Shadow is also bad at cable management.
Press the thing. Main camera.
Cable management. Main camera. Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah.
You're so annoying. Get out of here.
Oh,
Okay, that's pretty hot. I don't know if it's like hot enough, but it's pretty hot, I think. It feels hot to the touch. I'm going to put in my whole pack of gelatin here. And I'm also going to add a smidge of sugar. White sugar, brown sugar, it's all good. It doesn't really matter since coffee is black. You don't really see it. I'm just adding a smidge, just so that's not fully bitter when you bite into it, even though I will have other sweet components too. And grab a little. Don't waste the powder. It's just a little bit. It's okay. It's just a little bit.
oh.
Why are you keeping it here? I walk back and forth. What? When would I? How do I do that?
Oh.
Yeah. So that wouldn't do anything. He's got a stand too. It's on like a rolly thing. So you can literally roll. You can literally roll it around like this. Okay, I'm gonna disintegrate my sugar. I should have a taste. I don't know if I accidentally added too much sugar or not. But I really do not like black coffee. It is too bitter for me. So let me have a little taste test. Just make sure you have the gelatin all fully melted. I work in the field of cameras and broadcasting, so I'm super anal on camera setup. Is this good or bad?
Okay, you can turn it. The bottom left.
Bring them in. Come chat. Come to my friend. The carpet is stopping them. They can't fully come in. I can't. Come. 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 Oh, they're gonna teeter. They're gonna teeter and fall. They're gonna teeter and fall. Come into my fridge of eggs. Oh, it flickers. They can't. They have epilepsy. They might start drooling or something. Push back. Back. Back, chat. Okay. So the limitation is the little carpet that I have to make it a little bit more comfortable to step on. This is this is too many options. I'm getting I'm getting I'm getting overwhelmed with all my options. Let me have a small little taste. It's still pretty bitter, but just enough sugar where it's not making me crinkle my nose. That's pretty good. Because I'm trying to make the jelly, oops, and Jello usually takes quite a long time to set. It's gonna be an interesting test to see if this Jello sets at all. Worst case, I guess I can ask the dog to run to the konbini and grab me like instant coffee jelly maybe. But because I want to expedite the process as much as possible, I'm going to get the flattest thing that I can find to cool everything down faster. You can definitely do like individual cups so that when you're ready to serve, it's already in a cup. That's totally fine. But they might take up to 4 hours, 5 hours, ideally overnight. Obviously, we don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to just spread everything into a flat tray as thin as possible within reason. And hopefully with the extra surface area, it'll cool a little bit better. I'm debating if I want to do all of it. Hopefully she won't be too bad. And also try to pop the bubbles. I know it seems pretty like insignificant, but when it's cooling down, the bubbles tend to make little dents on the surface of Jello. It just looks a little bit ugly. It's not a big deal, but it does look a little ugly. So if you can, either scrape off the bubbles if it's like a lot of foam, or just kind of pop it if you can. This little guy is tenacious. Die. Okay. That's pretty good. No bubbles. Do you need to get a torch? It'll pop them. Oh yeah, a torch would be good too. I forgot about that. Okay, so just gently put this in the fridge. I'm going to leave it uncovered because the water is still pretty warm, or the coffee is still pretty warm. If I cover it up, it might leave some condensation and it might drip back into the Jello. So to prevent that, I'm just going to put it in as is. And hopefully it cools. Pray. Everyone, cross your little toes, cross your little fingers. Pray. There's these little pink areas on the flat area, Gary. Is that normal? A pink area on the flat area? What are we talking about? A pink area? Whoa. A pink area on a flat area. Wait, we cross our toes? Yes, you have to cross your toes as well. Production. What is this? I don't hate it, but this is very I was not expecting this. This is very new. I'm gonna have to get used to this a little bit. See how I can min-max the angles. The mosquito bite. Oh, the flat bitch ass. Did you know that a pink tray is way better than a brown tray, because that means your pink trays are not a whore? Did you know that? We talked about that this morning. Now you know. Why am I leaking white powder?
I told you.
I didn't know it was from the box. Oh, it was because I had one that was half open that I didn't. Bitch, I was like, what? I was putting. Guys, I don't have a drug problem. It's gelatin, I swear. I swear it's gelatin. I'm just gonna throw. See? If I had a problem, would I throw it away? No. I would be like, no, I'm keeping it. It's expensive. But no, it's just gelatin, I promise. Oh, there's still a little bit in the box. There's still a lot of it in the box. Okay. A white bit. It's getting rid of the evidence. No, no, no. I'm definitely not going to use that gelatin for later. Wink, wink. Don't sniff it off the floor. I won't. I won't. See? I'm wiping it off. No reminiscences, no evidence, no nothing. If I was truly addicted, would I be able to do that? No. No gelatin on my premises. Wash it down the sink. Everything. Be gone, vile demon. Be gone. I'm innocent. She's gonna boof. What's a boof? I know a guy who was sniffing it off of the driveway because he dropped his shit. Wait, really? Wait, which camera am I looking at? Wait, really? It goes, it's that bad? Like they were like, oh shit, and then they just started going like going down their hands and knees on the driveway just to make sure they don't waste it. How expensive are we talking? Like I understand that if you're blowing all your money on it, then even $50 is very valuable, right? Like you don't want to waste it. But I'm just assuming that let's say this is your first time buying it. Like, is it like thousands of dollars or is it like $50? Ask Athel. Athel was the one that did it? What? Moving he dropped his stuff on the driveway and then you saw him sniff it back up? What are we talking what are we talking about? It's using the other end. I don't understand. Like a cigarette? Why are we discussing street prices on street? I don't know. I was just wondering like was it that expensive where he was like, "Oh shoot, I really need to make use out of like every last powder drop or else I'm going to waste my money." Like how bad is it, you know? Boof is ingesting it through the so like an enema? Like
Oh, look how, like,
you just
smooth.
there's like a stick and then you're like boop, like an enema? The boof hole? It's a reverse enema? I thought an enema you stick it up your butt. What's a reverse enema? Listen to Boof Pack. I don't I know like the Boof Pack. Like I know like the chorus a little bit, but he just says Boof Pack over and over again. I didn't realize that's what it meant.
Please don't make a suppository of peach cobbler. Stop getting ideas from chat, please. Giri, don't talk about this in Japan. It's super illegal.
Well,
You
yeah,
will
of
get
course,
your
all
visa
drugs are
cancelled.
illegal.
Dink donk.
Well, I'm not getting them. I'm just asking questions. Of course, it's super illegal here. It has a lot more lore than that. Oh, I don't think I've ever listened to the lyrics in full. Boof sounds infinitely worse. I thought if you were to let me guess what boof meant, I thought it was just like that. But clearly I was wrong. It's an enema of some sort. Don't put the cobbler in your page. I'm not making any cobblers. No, why am I black and white slightly? No cobblers. No cobblers. Okay. Is the water up to temperature? Almost. Okay. In that case, let me take out my pork tenderloin. Where did it go? There she is. My fridge now smells like coffee. Very rich coffee. Don't enema my ocean. I have pork tenderloin here. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm not really sure if you need to marinate it. The original recipe didn't really call for a marination, I would imagine, because it's going to be the air sucked out of it and also sous videing it for 2 hours or something. That maybe it doesn't really require marinating. But because if you typically for steaks and stuff, you don't really need marinating either. But I got a tiny what? But I got a tiny little one, not too big, because we don't need too much anyways. But I just got 1 cut of pork loin. It is about half a pound. Typically, when you look online for how to sous vide, it's typically for about 1 pound. So if it says it needs like an hour to 4, I would imagine you can probably just cut it in half. So for this, I'm probably just going to do it upwards to an hour, and I'm not going to have it sous videing for like 5 or anything like that. The bigger the meat, the longer you have to sous vide it, of course. But we can get our little marinade and stuff going, so we can rub it all over. Why is my head blocked? That tiny thing is a tenderloin? Yes, this is the Japan idea of a tenderloin. I mean, it's very lean and it looks very beautiful, but this is the tenderloin that I was able to get. And this was almost the biggest piece that I was able to get. The other one was literally like 20 cents more, so it was like 20 yen extra, but it did not look significantly bigger. So this is the best that I got. They don't do big the portions here. So usually when you want to try to make like a prime rib or a brisket, practically impossible unless you can order it directly from butcher somewhere, if you know them. Okay, so olive oil, brown sugar, thyme, and rosemary. I knew I needed a little bit of something. So thyme, rosemary, and pour it in my
Wait,
red
really?
hot chili
That's the
pepper.
biggest tenderloin available? That's kind
Yeah.
of sad. Should have gotten the long attacker for it.
I should have, had I known. I'm like, yo, bro, can I still borrow that, or just gonna use that, man? So I have some, I don't really have things like jalapenos or scotch bonnets or things like that, but anything to make it spicy is good enough in this case because it's more just like a rendition of a Caribbean jerk sauce. It doesn't have to be specifically exact. And when I was looking it up, they also recommended things like thyme and rosemary. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a little bit of thyme and we're going to strip it. Stripping it is just basically holding it backwards from how it grows. It grows this way. So if you hold it backwards and you just pinch on it gently, it'll just strip clean right off. And you only really want the leaves. The top parts are a little bit more soft, so they might not come off. You can just like tear the top parts off. But usually for the bottom parts, you just want to remove it. And only about a teaspoon or so, nothing too crazy. Also, my piece of pork isn't that big, so I think this is probably good enough. Just some aromatics. Yuri, I'm out of time. What should I substitute? Nothing! Well, honestly, whatever works. Like, if you don't have jalapenos, just use whatever chilies you have. If you don't want it spicy, then don't use chili peppers. I guess that's probably the only substitution that I would recommend right now as it stands. Maybe there's going to be more as it comes. I'll let you know. How do you open this? Usually there would be a seal, but I can't find the seal right now. Substitute with bird's eye chili. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. Because normally you'll want like things like scotch bonnet, right? For the rosemary, same idea. Just pull on it backwards and the leaves should come off real good. I'm just going to combine everything together. For 1 pound of pork, it's roughly 1 teaspoon of fresh rosemary and 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme. And I'm just going to eyeball that because I don't have 1 pound of pork. I only have half a pound of pork. I got a baby pork. Or any long chili. I mean, if you don't like spicy, but you want like the taste of a chili pepper a little bit, but you prefer a little bit milder, then you can also do like togarashi, like the Japanese chili peppers, or like the Korean ones, the Korean like long ones. Some Korean ones are very spicy, but some are more mild. So there's definitely milder options too, but a little bit of spice for your Caribbean stuff will make it taste pretty good, or your jerk sauce. I heard that traditionally a authentic jerk sauce should be wet, but a lot of times nowadays people just have like a jerk spice rub or whatever. So whatever you can find, it's really not that big of a deal since the thing that we want to shine this time is the peach. Okay, got my spices, got my chili peppers in there. Cut them nice and fine because we're going to be tossing them and using it as a rub for our meat. So you don't want them too big or else it's not going to... The jerk sauce is wet and fishy. Oh, I didn't know if it was going to be fishy. This one doesn't really have fish sauce in it. Oh no, I should be careful. When you touch the chilies, be careful to not touch your face, or else you're going to be in a world of pain. Okay, this hand is now out of commission. Please remind me to not touch my face. Don't want to be jerking it dry. No, that's definitely not. Wet jerk only. I mean, wet jerk, dry jerk. Are we talking now about jerk any? I was like, what's everybody on about? Why is everyone so passionate about jerk chicken or jerk anything? There's something on your face. What, huh? What? You tell me what it is and where it is first. You know I have a viewfinder, right? You know I can see, right? Jerked pork. Yes, in this case, it would be jerked pork. This is cooking, not gooning. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to jerk my
we
pork.
could try to remind you not to touch your face, but you have the memory of an insect. I vaguely remember someone taking their mask off and literally less than 5 seconds later, looking immediately at the camera barefaced.
What? That doesn't sound like me. That's crazy. What? Who would do such a silly thing like that? Impossible. Okay, we have our fresh components. I didn't write down the ratio for the specific other marinating ingredients. I feel like we can just eyeball it. Go by feel. So we're going to have brown sugar. Get a little bit sweet. That's plenty of brown sugar. That was roughly about 1 tablespoon, I think. Since everything in relation is about 1 teaspoon, I think 1 tablespoon is pretty good. And then we have salt and cumin powders and a little bit of olive oil. I'll add the olive oil at the very end. A little bit of salt. Probably a little bit more than you think you need, I would say. Kind of like the concept of heavily salting your steaks, even for a sous vide. Because we're not marinating it, it doesn't really have time to penetrate. So you want to make sure the outside layer is plenty salty, or else the inside will taste, in comparison, more bland. So heavily salt it just slightly. Don't go crazy. Pepper. Salt attacker. a salt attacker is needed. We need a lot of attackers. Son of Chaos, thank you for the 11 months. Thank you. Welcome back in. I appreciate it. Okay, what else do we need? Olive oil. Oh yeah, cumin powder, onion powder. Cumin. Is Yusan here? Hi, Yusan. Dude, look at him. I already ate 3. And the rest of them, I'm gonna start cooking them. I don't think I'll be able to cook every single peach for today. I feel like it'll be a waste if I cook all of them anyways, but I will try to use as many as I can so we can make delicious dishes out of it. I'm making the wet rub for pork tenderloin, and I'm going to be making a peach salsa that goes with it. And I'm going to try your burrata. You know the photo that you sent me, the peach burrata? I'm going to try the peach burrata as well. I'm going to try it for the very first time. I've never had burrata before. This is garlic powder, by the way. And I'm going to be making a shrimp skewer, and I'm also going to be making a coffee jelly peach parfait. A lot of things. 4 dishes today, but I don't think they'll be too difficult. I hope not. I will hopefully bring honor to your peaches. I'm very excited. They're so fucking sweet. They're so juicy. I was like, these are some expensive peaches, so I really appreciate it, Yusan. Thank you. They're so much better than like the 500 yen ones that I buy at the grocery store. So much better. Oh, this is onion powder. It's humid here. All my powder is all solidified. Onion powder. I eyeball that really freely. What else do I need? Allspice, chili powder. Okay, allspice. Is this chili powder or is this paprika? Chili powder. I need a little bit of paprika. And I also need allspice. Where's my allspice? That's coriander. Oh, I had everything here. They were all red, so I couldn't tell. I'm happy you like them. I do. It's so good. My little sister is actually visiting, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have peaches. You can help yourself." And she was like, "Yeah, awesome, thank you." And then she was like, "Holy shit, is this what everything tastes like in Japan?" And I was like, "No, not really. These are just really good fucking peaches. Way better than the ones that I buy for myself, like the cheaper ones." And she was like, "This is literally like peach candy. Like when you say like, oh, what's the flavor of a real peach when you eat a candy?" It tastes exactly like the candy. And I was like, yup, it's very good. Peaches in Japan, premium peaches, man. You can't get these kind of peaches unless you're spending a lot more money, I think. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, I need a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, interesting. Where did my cinnamon go? Cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon, probably just my fan is going, so I have to be careful or else all the powder is gonna splash that way. Okay. Can we meet Oni's sister? I'm still on the fence about it. I don't quite know yet. I'll think about it. I'm not that keen on showing my family just because, you know, I don't really need to, I guess. Also, why would I? Um, so I don't know. I'll think about it. Like Shadow I already work with, so that's different. But in terms of other like other people, like sometimes I can tell stories and stuff. But you do know for the sake of like privacy, I don't actually tell everything as exactly as it is, right, guys? Like sometimes it could be a family member, but I say it or like like it's like, oh, it could have been a sister, I could have been a cousin. You know, I do like fudge things just a little bit, right? So it doesn't so you guys can't actually piece things together too accurately. Although the stories are true, exactly the relation to like my relation to that person, it can sometimes not be true. You know that, right? Just to kind of protect other people's identities and my own background with friends or with family, you know that it's not always exactly as it is, right? Right, guys? What about the fancy one? The fancy one I'm going to use for the burrata salad because that's going to be used raw. But because I'm cooking this, I'm just going to use my normal Costco one because then it's going to be cooked. I feel like it'll be a waste to cook and put heat through really high quality olive oil because you really want it to sing and shine by itself. Just for safe measure, some MSG in there. It's all lies. They're all half truths. I never go out of my way to just make like something completely random up, then there's just no point. Like I'm not a storyteller, you know, I'm not a fiction author or anything, but I do blur the lines a little bit. Kind of like how like it took so long for me to tell my mom what I was actually doing. I was like, "Oh, I'm a photographer. We sell product." So they're all half truths, just so that I can protect the identity and just, I don't know. I just don't want to share specifically every tiny little detail super accurately about myself and my family. But the stories are all true. Exactly who they are, though, might be a little bit fudged sometimes. It was all of my little white lies. Yeah, is Shadow even real? I don't know. Maybe for all you know, he's just some bloke I hired. I know you guys don't want to like accept it,
I feel
but for
like
all you know, it could just be a
99% of
bloke that I
people
hired.
understand and can read the room of what is okay and not okay to share. Then there's a
Mm-hmm.
few that might need some help on understanding why you don't tell everything. Privacy is super important, Gladge.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm very lucky that for the most part, you guys do understand. And I mean, and everything with the internet and VTubers and streamers and everything, it's very normal, I think, to like not want to share everything. So, I mean, like, I understand that there could be some random person that usually don't take these kind of things very well, but for the most part, you guys are mature with a good head on your shoulders and understand these kind of things. So, I don't really think it's like an issue at all. Is Pom Pom even real? Pom Pom's actually a cat, guys. Uh, I just make her wear a Pomeranian suit. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's safe to say this now since Pom Pom has passed and it's been a little while and her 2nd-year
Yeah, we get it,
anniversary is
Giri.
coming up.
Even if something is an open secret, it doesn't mean we should blab about it. Some things are private. Unlike lumpy chesticles apparently. The stream still gives me nightmares.
The way I value what should be private and what shouldn't be is still a little bit skewed. Okay, well, I still need to maybe find some good calibration there, but I also thought that I should be open just so that, in case something does go crazy, it's not like, whoa, that's a big surprise. It's like, oh yeah, we heard about that. Like maybe it does require a little bit more calibrating, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, I don't have. Oh no, I can do it here. That's right. Okay, I have my little sealer thingy so that I can seal my pork loin. Basically what this does is it takes all of the air out from whatever
Could
you're sous
always do
videing.
a podcast-like format where you put your sister's voice behind a fuggy, with a slightly scripted reminiscing.
Maybe we'll see, but I'm not super desperate or keen on having my sister on. I'm just saying this for transparency. So if you do hear her for whatever reason, because she is living in my house. So if you do hear for some reason and out of like, habit, she calls me sister. I don't want people to be like, oh my God, this is a big fucking
Yeah,
secret. I'm going to tell
Giri,
everybody.
some
I'm
things are
just
not
saying it
meant
ahead
to
of
be
time.
shared with us. Some things is best to put on mute so we don't hear it. Like the MYA fart you ripped in the car park.
But it was uncomfortable. You're not supposed to hold a fart in, guys. It's not healthy. So, any case, usually these kind of pockets are meant for sous videing. Basically, they suck the air out of it so that when you sous vide it, it's not kind of like floating around and it has even surface contact with the warm water as you're putting it into the sous vide pot. And also at the same time, it helps with marination because you're sucking all the air out, so it penetrates a little bit deeper. So normally it comes in a roll and it'll just come kind of like open like this. Well, after you cut it, they're both sides open. You want to get one of these machines. They usually come in a set, and then you seal one end, make sure there's no water or holes leaking out of it. You put your meat in, and then you have the same machine suck all the air out and seal it again. So you have one nice air sucked package of meat. Yes, let's see if I still remember how to use this guy. Oh, there was already some in here. Oh, well, fuck me. I totally forgot that there was a roll in there already. Damn. Okay. Did it seal? It didn't do anything. Searu nuki. How do you? Did it work? I don't remember how it works. It's been a while. Ah, it did. Can you see that? There's like the heat kind of sealed it off. Okay, so I'm going to now roll it out of the machine and I'm going to eyeball pretty much this. I kind of wasted this a little bit, but that's okay. So pretty much this, as long as it's big enough to fit whatever piece of protein you're trying to fit in there. Sometimes the different
We don't
proteins might
need
be a
to
little bit
know all
soupy, a
your
little bit
business.
saucy.
One
Make sure it
ISIS doesn't need to come on
accommodates.
unless she wants to. It's also okay that you told us you are lumpy. I just think of you as living mashed potatoes now.
We're all a little bit mushy on the inside, guys, a little bit lumpy. I think that might be okay, right? So you want to make sure the pouch is big enough for the meat and everything else. So before we seal off the other end, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to marinate my meat. So I'm going to grab my meat over here, dry it off a little bit as you normally would with any piece of protein that you're marinating. Just give it a little pat. The drier it is, the easier it is for it to take on flavor. So if you're doing a dry rub, definitely pat it down. Even if we're doing a wet rub, pat it down as well, just so there's not a lot of juice hanging around. You want to grab your meat and just pat it down. And then we're going to take our little bit of marinade that we have going on. Now both hands are going to be out of commission, so definitely do not be touching nobody tonight or yourself. Or the more sensible thing to do is just
Wait,
wear
so does
gloves.
that mean when you ripped the hugest fart in the parking lot and said you didn't fart, does that mean you did in fact fart?
No, sometimes I tell the truth, guys, and in that case, I definitely told the truth. I didn't fart, but you guys choose to believe that I did, and you wouldn't listen to reason, you know. So it's not my fault. But I'm saying not everything is a lie. Sometimes it's worth telling the truth. But in this case, and in that case, I was telling the truth, you know. But you guys just wouldn't listen. So what can I do? What can I do? Okay.
Jiri, if we are owning up to our lies, we have a lie to admit to you too. Chat are not real. We are all paid actors shadow hired to pretend to be chat.
Oh,
sorry you had to find out this way.
the way that Shadow paid so many actors just to protect our own egos is crazy. He wouldn't, right? He wouldn't. There's no way. He wouldn't do that. Okay. I'm going to grab my sealed thing that I'm trying not to touch too much, especially on the outside, because then you bitch ass, it broke. Okay. Now I'm getting slightly annoyed. Slightly. Let's redo that. The camera is doing something creepy. What? I'm not getting paid. You guys are getting paid? Yeah, I was like, I don't Shadow can afford all of these viewers. And also that is some lengths to go. Like not even botting. He could have botted, but instead he's like, no, I pay you, I pay you, I pay you. He literally reached out to individual people. The easiest option could have just got a little robot and faked the numbers, you know? But he didn't. He took the ethical approach. Shadow's checks bounced. There it is. Did Shadow buy the 2K piece of equipment? Ariel. Ariel, look at this. Where is it? Where's it pointing? Where's the bad boy pointing? Is it pointing somewhere? Dude, so he was like, can I buy it? And afterwards I checked up on him and I was like, did you actually buy it? And he was like, no, of course not. And I was like, okay, good. Because you better hope not. And then literally 2 days after, something came in the mail and he was like, oh, don't touch it. It's really heavy. It's very expensive. I'm like, what is it? Guess what it is? It's the Hollyland transmitter thing that he wanted. So now I have a wireless camera that I can stream from, but it's really freaking big, but it kind of just rolls on 3 legs right now. It kind of rolls around like a little guy. And I can take it out streaming apparently. Apparently you can do it like wireless and it could be outdoors literally anywhere. And it doesn't have to be attached to anything. Not sure how it works, but that's where the 2K went. This thing. So now I can have several saucy angles, I suppose. It can be like those YouTube videos. So it's like, so anyways, you're wondering why you got here. Well, let me explain. The other day, I went to the grocery store and I got some pork loin. I saw the pork loin and I was like, wow, that's a really good pork loin. 600 yen, sold. So I brought it back home. As I got home, I stepped on a pebble. The pebble got stuck in my shoe and I tripped over and I fell and I grazed my knee. And that's how my hospital bill of $3,000 came to be. Now you know the story of why I'm Do the people leave? I can't. I'm just gonna walk into a door. It wouldn't have the same effect. But yeah, that's what I have now. That this is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna be careful to see if it actually sealed this time. Better not be fucking with me. I'm trying to sous vide my pork and it's taking ages. It already takes so long to sous vide a pork. Okay, let's try again. We wasted a little bit of material. It's not ideal,
Talking without flying?
but we can probably do it. Okay, this time looks like it's pretty sealed. Put your meat inside. Okay. All right. In this case, wash your hands again. It's a little bit finicky.
Shadow is brilliant because now whenever you get a raid and need to say the line, you can do that transition for full immersion.
Oh, like my welcome raiders message, you mean? That would be cute actually, I think. That'd be pretty cute. Now my cutting board is gonna be spicy for like 2 weeks. How am I supposed to eat my watermelon if my cutting board is spicy? Wrap your meat. Yes, we have our meat wrapped, and then we're gonna have our meat sucked. And I mean that in context and definitely not out of context. So you're gonna grab your air sucking tool thing. And this is all in Japanese, so I'm gonna have to try to remember how everything works again. But you're gonna want to suck first and then seal. Because obviously, if you don't have one of these machines, another way you can do it is get a really big
We
bowl
all
that can
know how
fully
delicate
submerge
Shadow's
whatever
ego
you're
can be
sucking.
deflated or Msugo inflated with a single comment, we are absolutely not real.
He's getting his money's worth, I guess. Whether check bounces or not, you can tell depending on how you guys are reacting. So, a little hack, I guess. If you don't have one of these like sous vide air sucking machines, that's totally fine. You can also just grab a Ziploc bag. And then what you do is you get a big pot or a bowl or something like that that can fully submerge the whole Ziploc bag, not just what you're sous videing, but the whole Ziploc bag. And the idea is you want to have whatever is inside all the way inside. Don't seal it off yet, keep it open. And you want to slowly submerge it into the water, and the air pressure will naturally push the remaining air in the bag out. So once you get to the very tippy top, seal it, take it out, and that will also have a air sucked effect. It won't be as sucked as having a machine do it, obviously, because then it just like sucks everything. But with water, it's still pretty good. So you don't have to go out of your way to get something like this. If you're, especially if you're sous videing like once in a blue moon, you don't have to go out of your way to get a special machine. There's another way you can do it where you can put a straw inside and then like seal everything except for where the straw is, like basically at the very end, and you can suck out from the straw. But I don't typically recommend that, just because if you're working with raw meat, you don't want to suck on raw meat, or you don't want to suck on like particles of raw meat. Then you're gonna get salmonella, So I would say either do the water trick, if you don't have a sucker thingy, or just suck it properly with the sucker thing. Okay. Don't clip that out of context. You know what I'm trying to say. My English not good. I suck on raw meat every Saturday. That's your decision, not mine. Why do I feel like it's leaking a little bit? Is it leaking? I don't know. Okay. I try anyways. I'll probably reseal the bottom end one more time because it's making me a little nervous. The oil looks like it's slightly leaking out. Okay, so how the machine typically works, follow the instructions, but normally there's a little cavity here. So you want to align the open lip with the cavity. And usually the machine kind of sucks the air out through this little cavity trench thingy. So you want to place it halfway through. If you can see that, you probably can't, but just try your best to see that. And then make sure everything is aligned, nice and even, nice and straight. Nothing is too wrinkled. And then you press down until both sides are fully sealed. And you can do suck. Wait, is it sucking? It's sucking slowly, but it's sucking. I'm just going to realign the meat a little bit so I have a little bit more of an edge on the other side. I'm just going to shimmy the meat up slightly. Okay, it's sucking, it's sucking. It's sucking. I hope you can see that. It sucks pretty slow. The one that I have in Canada sucks way faster. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Oh, what about if it's wet? There's a wet mode and a dry mode, apparently. Is it still sucking? It's not very tight. Let's see. Maybe less of a lip. I think the last time I also had an issue. It's not really working. Is it even on? Yeah, I mean, you can hear it, but... We're gonna have raw tenderloin at this rate. Maybe I should just pan fry it. That's odd. Maybe a bit more then. I'm gonna try all my options. This is a really bad sucker. It says removing air, but it doesn't remove all of it. Yeah. It's already locked.
So your machine is not doing any sucking? Man, your
Yeah.
machine sure sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh. Okay. Oh my fucking God. Ugh. Okay. I don't think it's how pressed down it is. This. Well, it's already on. This is suck. Like remove air is what it says. That's wet. That's the other one is dry.
What's this?
The seal thing. Is the proper term vacuum seal. The bottom is not seal, so it is not sucking. Oh, maybe the bottom isn't because it was leaking a little bit. I was gonna seal it again. Let me try. Good point, good point, good point. Okay, I seal it. No, I didn't do anything. You can't reseal it? Maybe. I'm just gonna shimmy it up a little bit. Okay, now I try. Technology. It baffles me. Oh. It's sucking. Oh. Better. Not great, but better. Oh, 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 we got it, we got it, we got it. Is it sealing? Did it do it? It's not the greatest, but she'll do. Okay. Yay! Our piece of meat. We got it sucked. Yes. Okay, and then we're just gonna drop it into the water. I have it at 60 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's so hot. We have it at 60 degrees Celsius. If she floats a little bit, you can put a plate inside so it kind of suppresses it so it doesn't float. But you want to make sure everything is equally submerged in the water so it cooks evenly. So I'm going to put a plate in there. Keep it all the way at the bottom. Okay, that did nothing. The plate was too small. How do I take it out now? The water's too hot. 60 degrees Celsius is going to burn me slightly. Let me see. Man, what I thought was going to be a quick and fast cook is turning into a small disaster. Okay. Let's get a bigger plate of some sort or something else to push it down. What is a good shape? I don't know. What can keep it pressed down? She floats a little bit. Let's see. Maybe if I use the same plate, but I place it differently. Would that change anything? And I also just set a timer for it. Okay. Timer. Actually, yeah, the timer is fine. Okay. It's better now. We'll put that away. We don't need this guy anymore. Yuck. Okay, let me put this back real quick. Oh my God, this thing. Everything is in my way. In my way. Okay. Reorganize. The seal is broken. The water will enter the bag. Do you think I should just should I just pan sear it? Should I just pan sear it? I'm not Chef Gary. Yes. Should I just pan sear it then? Should I give up on the sous vide? The seal isn't very great. Why did the fruit finish her homework so fast? Why? Let it cook. The water does not matter. You think so? I don't think the seal is so broken that it's going to start just being submerged in water. But at the same time, I don't really want to ruin it either, right? We did put some effort into it, you know? Because it was a piece of cake. I already forgot what the original question was. What did the fruit sealer say? Dude, I am too focused on other things right now. I forgot the middle part again. I always forget the middle part. What was the original? Who was at the door? I keep on forgetting. The fruit sealer. It was a peach of cake. That was cute though. Why did the fruit finish her homework? Oh, because it was a peach of cake. That's cute. Should I pan sear it, do you think? How bad do you think it's gonna be? The seal, I feel like it's a little bit broken. But I also think that maybe it's okay. If it's tiny bit. She forgets to set up before she says the punchline, especially when I'm trying to solve a crisis. I'll let it go for a little bit. Oh, so underneath. Worst case situation, if it's not fully cooked, then I can always just pan sear it maybe. But I'll give it a chance. I don't want to give up on it just yet. It'll be cool if we can sous vide it and have it be cooked really nicely and evenly. I really
So
don't
a
want
guy
to risk
walks into
doing
a
it.
bar. He says ouch.
Okay. And then? Oh, because he walks into a bar. Okay. I was like, okay, where's the rest of it? The water will dilute the flavor and the rub will make the water and might damage the machine. Okay. Okay, fair points. Let me take a look. Let me see.
Face it, beef, your jokes are being done-walled by Gam Gam's dementia.
I'm gonna turn the light on. I want to see this a little bit. Is there oil in my water? Slightly. Oh, I think you guys are right. Oh. Okay. How do you turn it off? Turn it off. Stop it. There we go. I need a bowl. I need a bowl. I'm gonna cry now. Okay. Put this little guy in here. I feel like I need to cook it now, though. It's warm. If I don't cook it now, I'm gonna get salmonella on it, right? It's too warm to not cook it right now. Oh, I'm so sad it didn't work. Okay. I hope I didn't break my machine, but I guess we'll see. Okay, that's off. Okay, pan searing it. The seal didn't work. Yeah, actually, you're right. I did check on it, and the water did get into it. You can reverse sear it. So sear it and then bake it. How long do I bake it for? The tenderloin's already so small. Air fry it? I was going to reserve the air fryer for the skewers. No seal of approval, yeah. Isn't the danger with pork the parasites, not the salmonella? Bake it and then sear it, reverse check it. Yeah, that's the reverse sear method. Check the TTS. I heard it. Your jokes are being dono. Well, I responded. I responded to that one already. What are you guys talking about? You're making me feel like I'm going crazy. 10 minutes for that small in the oven? For how long? 180 degrees Fahrenheit? Sorry, Celsius? Hand sear on the cast iron? I do have a cast iron. She didn't? She just thinks she did? Did you see? Okay, hold on. No, stop. I'm getting confused and I'm gonna start crying now. Okay, one thing at a time. So your machine has not done any sucking. Okay. A guy walks into a bar, he says, ouch. That one took me a little bit longer, but I did get it. Donor Wall by Gam Gam. I am in a crisis mode right now, so I'm sorry if I'm ignoring your stuff. Okay. It's not working how I want it, and now I don't know what to do to progress it. The machine didn't, well, I mean, I'm figuring it out step by step. The sucking, well, we're past that now. We're gonna see how we can fix that. So how long do we reverse suck it? It's just a lot of things coming at the same time, so I'm like, whoa. No, don't, no. Don't fix anything. Okay, how long do we bake it for reverse sear? Or no, not bake it. We already established 15 to 20 minutes. What is the how to reverse? So reverse, there's regular searing and then there's reverse searing. So normally for steaks and stuff like that, a regular sear is you like sous vide it or you put it into the no. I'm confused. Reverse sear. Normally you sear it and then you put it into the oven to let it finish cooking in the middle and then you serve it. So the reverse of that is you bake it first and then you sear it, right? That's the reverse sear. Regular sear is you sear and then put it into the oven. Yeah, so a reverse sear is you bake it first with no sear and then you sear at the very end. So what is the oven temperature that we should get for it? 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes? 200? Really? That high? You think so? Oh, I'm getting a lot of mixed answers. 200 is too much. It's a tiny little guy. It's not a big guy. It's like he's like this small. He's a tiny little guy. He's like this small. 400 Fahrenheit is 200 degrees Celsius. 150. So low, not high. Do I have a meat thermometer? Man, I really suck at cooking pork. I want to say I do have a meat thermometer, but I don't know if I have the one where I can just stick it in and it's oven safe. That's my concern. I have this little guy, but I might have to poke at it pretty frequently. You need low and slow to reverse sear? Okay, it's pork. Yeah, it's pork, not steak. I'm making a pork tenderloin and all of the sauce just washed off now. And I don't have another one. Cook until well done. Well, if you have it well done, then it'll get too stiff, I think. Then it'll be too dry. Just cook it into a pan. Her order of operations are, I know it's all gone to shit, Chad. It's all gone to shit. Okay. What if I just turn into a pork stir fry? What if this was not a peach of cake, guys. This was not a peach of cake. That the fruit did indeed not succeed on her test. This was not a peach of cake. What if I put it into smaller slices and stir fry? I'm thinking, and then that's a peach of shit. No, it's not a peach of shit. Pork can be big and juicy. Yeah, I can. What if I just seared it low and then just cranked up the temperature later? Because it's so small. Okay, let me grab my cast iron. I don't have to cook it on the pan really hot right away either, right? I can also just cook it slower. Let me grab a little bit of oil. A little bit of cooking oil so it doesn't stick. I'll have it at low heat so I can keep turning it so it'll cook slowly. And then once the internal temperature is good, I'll sear it. Theoretically, that makes sense, right? We can try that. Hot first so it keeps the juices in. Okay, so steak style. Okay. We can try that too. We can do really hot and then turn it down. I'm just worried that if it's really hot, and then I continue cooking it with the heat turned lower, it will continue burning. That's my concern. And then I burned the pork. And then it's gonna be ruined. Okay, I'm gonna open the seal. I'm gonna have to figure out how to use the sealer better. The one that I had in Canada didn't give me this much trouble. No, all of the marinade is gone. Ah, all of the marinade is gone. Okay, when you sear anything, whether the sous vide fudged up or not, it still needs to be dry. So as much as I would love to preserve whatever marinade is still stuck on there, you can just sprinkle some salt and pepper just to get some of the, at least the flavoring back, or of the salt and everything. But you still need to pat it dry. Even for a regular sous vide, if you did sous vide it and everything was successful and now you're on the searing step, you still have to make sure that you're gently patting the meat dry. So when you sear it, it'll have a nice crust. If you don't do this, you're just basically stewing the piece of meat. So make sure, regardless of whether the sous vide was successful or not, always do not skip the drying step. Just gently pat it dry, because normally when the meat is already fully cooked, it'll be very soft. So don't just squeeze it, just pat it down dry gently, and it'll be okay. So no dinner today. Onisis is too busy working. I think she woke up from her cat nap. Get it dry before searing. Yes. When you're searing, the drier the better. Oh, I can smell the oil. Oh, fan on. Okay. Get my tongs out. Where are my tongs at? Okay. My tongs too small. Okay. Oh, can you see it? Okay. This cooking order is all wrong. Now I have meat cooked and nothing else prepared. Everything is wrong. I was supposed to make the peach salsa while the pork is cooking, but now the pork is ready and nothing else is ready. I'm so glad I had a Happy Meal, bro. Get your Happy Meals, guys. You're gonna need it. Shadow, on the other hand, is not allowed to order a Happy Meal. He has to stay and suffer in solidarity, just like me. But you are allowed to. You can get a Subway. You can get a McDonald's. Whatever you want. Just to tide you over. I will allow this one time, since you are paid chatters after all. Eating ramen. Oh, I should try this guy. Oh, my hands are a little bit meaty right now. I should try the cold instant noodles. I wanted to try it. You guys don't hear the searing? You should hear the searing. Why don't you hear the searing? You guys were able to hear it before. I bought my Happy Meal, but I'm still not happy. If only a Happy Meal can fix everything. Okay. Ah, hot, hot, ow. Hot. Okay. Ooh, really nice. It's not super in focus, but that looks pretty good. As that's resting, I guess we'll just plan everything else. You guys don't hear the sear sound? You guys were able to hear it before. How come it doesn't show up anymore? I went out to buy some peaches. What did you miss? You missed almost me having a meltdown. I'm not gonna lie, I was this close to having a meltdown. Because what I wanted to do wasn't happening, and I had trouble managing the stream, the cooking, the chatting. I had a brief moment where I almost cracked, but I think we're back now. Hopefully we're back. Even my voice is heavily processed. Oh man. I don't know. I didn't touch anything. Maybe, I don't know if Shadog is listening. We were so close to see. I have cried on stream before, but it was a very long time ago. Oh no, in person, I rarely cry in person. I try not to cry in person. Oh my God. I think the most recent time that I did cry in person was when we were in Osaka. And we were having a talk about like I guess like chat and like chatting rules and how people feel differently about different things or whatever. And I got a little emotional. But other than that, I don't think I cried too much in person because I don't usually like to cry in person. You cried in the Rohan trailer? That was as a VTuber though. Like in person, I mean. I assume because you wanted to see me cry in person, not just to hear me cry. I cry as a VTuber all the time. Are you kidding me? That's like my mask when I played the puppy game, the Rohan trailer, everything. That's too easy. That bar is way too low. I cry at everything. I'm an easy crier. Oh my God, that was a mistake. I mean, crying as a flesh tuber? Yeah, I don't cry too much as a flesh tuber, I don't think. Okay. It is so smoky in here. My house is gonna smell like smoke for a little while, I think. Gondor calls for aid. Yes. Gohan Gohan calls for aid. You made us cry as a flesh tuber? Me? I made you guys cry? Oh, it's because I talk about your mama chat. Is that why? Okay, I'm gonna lower the heat now because I feel like the sear is pretty good. I'm gonna lower the heat before it gets any darker. This is what it looks like right now. How does this side look? I didn't see it. Looks pretty good. This side went a little bit crazy a little bit, but I think other than that, I think it's okay. I'm going to turn it down now because I'm a little bit worried because the only thing is cast iron preserves heat really well. So I fear that even if I lower it, it'll just continue going. I'll steer this end too, so everything has a little bit of color. No, not the list again. Not the list. Those peaches look juicy and scrumptious, but you know what? Your mom was even better. Oni sis is here, guys. Come on now. Oni sis is here. Not like this. She can't find out like this, guys. Please. Have mercy. I still have to make my bikini peaches. Oh my god. Should I stick it in right now? I feel like there's no way there's no way that it's close to being done or anything like that, but I'm so curious. I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's close. Okay. In the meantime, let's cut our peaches and our red peppers because we can start making our little salsa that goes together with it. The salsa can pretty much just like sit there for as long as it needs. So we can pretty much prep that ahead of time. Is that pork or steak? It's pork, and I am not very comfortable with cooking with pork. Unless it's one of those like braised Chinese dishes, you know, then those ones are a little bit better. But I definitely do not know how to handle my pork when it comes to this kind of stuff. Peaches, I'll do the peaches at the very end because the peaches are going to be super freaking juicy. If I do it now, it might just disintegrate. Okay, we have our sweet red bell pepper. I don't remember if I washed my knife from the chili peppers, but it should be okay. Hey, can we listen to the Canadian singer Peaches? Who's that? I don't know the Canadian singer Peaches. The only Canadian singer I know is Avril Lavigne. I know her. You can listen to her. Okay, I have it on low, so I'll just let that do its thing slowly. Question mark. In the meantime, we'll slice our peppers nice and small. Since this is supposed to be like the salsa / relish thingy, nothing too big. Maybe a little bit small, maybe a little bit thinner. The Binchotan call, they want their piece of coal back. It's not even that bad. It's just a tiny bit black. It's not. It's just a tiny bit black. You can still see a little bit of color. You can still recognize what it's supposed to be, right? It's trying its best. It has a nice sear on the outside. That's what we wanted, right? Your noise canceling. One thing after another. Shadog. You see, I hope he's not playing League. I don't know. Let me call him. Shadow. 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 Oh, they said the noise canceling is too strong. Is there a way to change the setting? Shadow? They said the noise canceling was too strong. Is there a way to change the setting? The noise canceling or something? Because they can't hear me. Oh. He said there's nothing that he can do. He says unless I use a DJI mic, which I'm not sure exactly what that means. He can't fix it, guys. I'm not sure why it's like that. I feel like we didn't really have that big of an issue before, but I don't really know. Oh, okay. Oh, that's my nail gone. How bad is it? Okay. How deep is it? I can't tell. Is the flush still on? I can't tell if the flush is still on. I'll know how to react if it's just the nail or if it's the flesh. It's like almost off though. I don't think Shadog is watching. I think he got sad that I yelled at him, even though I didn't yell at him. I was just in a moment
Today
of
is not a good
crisis.
day of days. We will cut back on the teasing. Giri, you are a wonderful person and streamer. It's okay to make mistakes during your cooking.
I have a first aid,
Nobody is
yeah.
perfect. Keep on doing the hard work and know that you are our favorite Toshi.
Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. I'm not exactly upset that things don't work. I feel like that happens, but it was just a lot happening at the same time, and I got confused. So now, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this right now. But let me take a look. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Do you think you can help me? The mic's hot though. Oh. Shadog, do you think you can help me? The mic's hot though. The mic's hot.
Yeah.
I cut my finger. I don't know if it's bad. It feels bad.
Oh my god.
Like it's kind of like loose and coming off.
The nail?
Yeah.
Do you
I sliced it almost through, but I was able to stop at the very end. Like on the corner, I just don't know how deep it is in the flesh. I'm worried about the flesh part because nail can grow back, I think.
Okay, we should go to the hospital.
The hospital?
Yeah.
I don't know
Actually,
how to
there's
go to the
stitches. I gotta
hospital
look at
here.
it.
I don't need stitches. You can't stitch under a nail, I don't think.
Oh,
Can we just tape it? Are you looking for polysporin? It's in the orange bag, right?
I don't know where it is.
Oh. Is it not where we normally put it? Oh.
Maybe run it underwater first so that it.
I ran it quickly. Should I? Oh wait, the orange bag is right here. You passed it. Like on top of it, maybe?
Yeah.
And
all
it'll
around.
seep through. Kind of stings.
Yeah, that's why we should go to the freaking hospital.
Do you think they'll have one that's open so late?
I'm pretty sure hospitals are.
Ooh, it stinks now. Ew.
Stop cooking and
Ooh. I can. Why does it stink so much more now? What the heck? I smell like pork. I smell like pork, chat. Everything is just pork smells
Giri,
now.
please go to the hospital or urgent care. Onigiri lovers.
I smell like pork. I didn't really realize until I was upstairs, and all I can smell is just a plume of smoke and pork. Everything is porculated. Go to the hospital. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's that serious that warrants a hospital visit, but it's also in a very like precarious, is that the word? Precarious location because it's like I don't want to show you because then blood is against TOS, but basically like I was cutting, right? And I basically cut down, but I stopped basically towards this part. So this little top section is kind of, you know, off now, I guess. But because I don't want to like, obviously I don't want to peel the nail back or anything because it's kind of like on up to maybe this depth. I don't want to ruin the flesh. And I also can't really check if the flesh is like really severed or not. I'm more worried about the flesh than the nail because the nail will grow back. Let me see. Go to the hospital. The knife is too sharp.
Oh, that's
Onimar.gg,
all?
guys.
Yeah, just tape it, or glue it. You will be fine.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll do that. Emergency. Is this really ER? Emergency ER Tokyo. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, chat. Apologies. Not my best work today. Not my best work today. But we will recollect ourselves for tomorrow. And tomorrow will be a great day. Okay. Well, tomorrow will be a great
If
day.
you cut it that
And we
bad,
also have
you
the
need
collab
to
with
go to the
Neuro.
hospital. Especially since you were cutting food. It can get infected not trying to be Dr.
Well, it was
Chat here.
Pepper.
But here,
It was
we
Pepper.
love
I'm
you,
just not.
Jiri.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Not my best work. I apologize. I let my emotions get a little bit wild today. I usually don't let that happen, but I'm not sure what it is today. But we will regroup, and then tomorrow I'll let you know what time stream starts tomorrow, just in case things go unplanned for tonight. I don't know if the ER is busy or anything like that. But we'll still try to have a really great stream tomorrow. I think it'll be fine. I will still enjoy those peaches though. I just don't have to cook them now. I'll just eat them. So I'll still have a great time eating my peaches. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll see you guys. Most likely, I'll still see you guys tomorrow. It's not like I lost a foot, so I think it'll be okay. I'll take care, everyone. I don't know if we're rating, if we're just ending. Are we rating? I couldn't hear you.